मैं यहाँ पे एक अच्छा आइडिया दूं, क्या कर सकते हैं?
हेलो लर्नर्स, जरा इमेजिन करो आईआईटी की रेस में दौड़ते दौड़ते आप बस फिनिश लाइन तक पहुंचने ही वाले हो और आपको मिल जाए एक सही दिशा में हल्का सा पुश, सो दैट योर जीत इज पक्की। बिल्कुल इसीलिए हम लेकर आए हैं खास आपके लिए इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स। जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स में आपको मिलती है 120 घंटे की लाइव क्लासेस, एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टी एंड डाउट क्लियरेंस और भी कमाल कमाल के फीचर्स। और जैसे कई सारे क्रैश कोर्सेज में होता है ना 100 बच्चों के बैचेस, नहीं, हम ऐसा नहीं करने वाले, क्योंकि हम देना चाहते हैं आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपके हर वीक टॉपिक पे हेल्प और आपके हर सवाल का जवाब। इतना ही नहीं, आपको मिलता है श्री चैतन्य का कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट। जी हां, वही श्री चैतन्य जहां है 38 सालों की लेगेसी ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग चैंपियंस। डू यू नो दैट 21% ऑफ IITians आर फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य? यही नहीं, जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स में सिखाते हैं खुद IITians, जिससे आपको मिलेगी सही गाइडेंस फ्रॉम द पीपल who have cleared the exam in the past। अब इतने सारे रीजंस दे दिए, इतने सारे फीचर्स बता दिए, अब तो वेट मत करो, आज ही रजिस्टर करो, क्योंकि बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं 17 अप्रैल से। एनरोल नाउ फॉर इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स एंड करो आपकी जीत पक्की।
Okay. Hi student, are we live? Hi students, मैं अभी यही चेक कर रहा था कि क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं कि नहीं। अभी सेशन खत्म हुआ है, शिफ्ट खत्म हुआ है, एंड ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स वी आर गेटिंग द inputs out from all the students, and we're collecting the questions as and when they come. So all of you who are with us right now, I see quite a few viewers. Say hi in the chat and we'll get started off. So before we get started, questions, it takes a while to get the questions. So tab tak I'll just give you a rough overview ki we have so far seen 3 shifts of this JEE session April attempt, and in all of them the paper has been considerably easy. अभी पिछले शिफ्ट्स में भी क्या होता था, फिजिक्स और केमिस्ट्री, आई थिंक रफली अराउंड 2016 ऑनवर्ड्स फिजिक्स और केमिस्ट्री कंपैरेटिवली इजियर आने शुरू हुए थे, बट मैथ्स पेपर यूज्ड टू बी द डिफिकल्ट पार्ट इन एनी जेईई पेपर। लेकिन इस बार के जेईई अप्रैल अटेम्प्ट में क्या हो रहा है कि इवन द मैथ्स पेपर कंपैरेटिवली इजियर आ रहा है। अब कुछ स्टूडेंट समझेंगे कि दिस इज अ गुड थिंग, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज ये तुम्हारा कट ऑफ को ऊपर पुश कर देगा। Okay, so I see quite a few one. KVC, hi, welcome. Sandhya, welcome. Good evening. So we have few more. As Krishnan says, the class postponed. No, class is not postponed. We are just waiting कि अगर inputs आ रहा है थोड़ा बहुत, तो उसके लिए हम लोग wait कर रहे थे। तो right now we are getting a few questions, लेकिन वो सारे उस बेसिस पे आने, क्योंकि इनिशियल क्वेश्चंस जो मिलते हैं ना वो हार्डली फ्यू वर्ड्स आते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स को याद नहीं रहता है, सो वी आर स्टिल असिमुलेटिंग द क्वेश्चंस। तो जो मैं बोल रहा था कि तुम्हारा इस जनवरी अटेम्प्ट का पेपर इस अप्रैल अटेम्प्ट का पेपर कंपैरेटिवली इजियर आ रहा है और तुम्हारे कट ऑफ्स पुश हो जाएंगे। तो बहुत स्टूडेंट्स पूछ रहे हैं कि सर 99 परसेंटाइल कहाँ पे आएगा? सो आवर जजमेंट इज 99 परसेंटाइल वुड बी 200 के आसपास जाएगा ही, especially in these 3 attempts. What we have seen of the paper coming, जो shifts हो रहे हैं, मे बी उनमें पेपर, अभी वाले शिफ्ट में भी पेपर थोड़ा सा टफर हो, बट as of now the papers are not that tough, so you can expect 200 or roughly around 190 200 उस रेंज पे as your 99 percentile. Okay, so before we get started, our team of Infinity Learn, the team of Sri Chaitanya is out there. We are all working really hard to get questions as soon as they come and bring them to you in real time. तो जब तक questions नहीं आए हुए हैं, I'll just to, क्योंकि तुम लोग आए हो and you're giving your time to us, जनवरी मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट के 1-2 क्वेश्चंस फिजिक्स के मिस हो गए थे, so जिसको हमें बाद में मिला था, so I'll start off with that just to keep things going, तुम लोगों को वैल्यू मिलता रहे constantly. Hi Umesh, good evening. So KVC says he got 99.42 percentile in the first session, had exam on 11th. So firstly 99.42 is a very good score. KVC, you'd get into, like, I won't say the top NITs with the top branches, but you can either get the branch you want or the NIT you want. लेकिन if you're really pushing कि मेरे को एकदम CS चाहिए top NITs में, then you have to push a bit more. So my advice to you is, देखो कुछ chapters जो हम लोग को इन 3 shifts में मिल रहे हैं, पहला है units and dimensions. This is a very important chapter in your physics क्योंकि this was one of the only chapters in your JEE Main January attempt which had consistently come in every shift. There are hardly any, मतलब उसमें से एक करके हर बार आया है. So those are those chapters which occasionally, क्योंकि वो easier होता है, especially people who have a high percentile, उनको लगता है कि ठीक है, I'll work on the tougher ones, I'll work on NLM, I'll work on rotational mech, लेकिन वो छूट जाते हैं. So my advice KVC is that make sure कि वो छोटी मोटी चीज़ें नहीं छूट रही है, because at 99.42 to maybe 99.99 or 100 percentile, now you are not struggling for कि मेरे को हर जगह से थोड़ा बहुत मार्क्स चाहिए, चल जाएगा. You are going for perfection, और उसके लिए कोई भी चूक लाना सही नहीं है. So make sure every concept is cleared. From what we are seeing, questions are direct formula based. एकदम जो book में दिया हुआ है, even the graphs, if they are telling you what is the graph for it, you don't even have to derive equations and see the graph there. It is direct as given. जैसे सुबह में एक question आया था, electric field variation of an insulated sphere with uniform charge density and variation of electric field with distance. तो ये स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड ग्राफ है. इतनी बार हर कोई भी मटेरियल पकड़ लो, तुम्हें ये वाला क्वेश्चन मिल ही जाएगा. सो इट्स बिकमिंग वेरी बेसिक. एनीवे, तो जो भी है, जस्ट टू गेट द सेशन स्टार्टेड, एक दो क्वेश्चंस आए हमारे पास जो कि मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट के हैं. द इवनिंग शिफ्ट क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग, जस्ट हैंग ऑन एज सून, क्योंकि हम लोग तुम्हें गलत इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं देना चाहते. सो वी वेरीफाई एटलीस्ट 2-3 स्टूडेंट से, जस्ट अ मोमेंट, एटलीस्ट 2-3 स्टूडेंट से हम लोग कैलकुलेट करते हैं. सर चेक करना एक मिनट. तो हम लोग स्टूडेंट से लेके देन वी मेक श्योर कि हाँ ये क्वेश्चन आया है, ये वैल्यूज आए हैं, सो दैट यू गेट अ प्रॉपर आइडिया, क्योंकि एक दो बच्चे से नहीं होगा. ओके KVC, बाय द वे, इफ यू हैवंट लाइक्ड द सेशन येट, लाइक इट एंड शेयर अमॉन्ग योर फ्रेंड्स, बिकॉज जितने बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे, द मोर पीपल दैट come into the session, we get more accurate inputs कि हाँ this is the correct question, or sir these things I struggle with. If you have doubts, you can ask us that as well. So share this video among your friends, like the video and subscribe, because we'll be bringing regular everyday exam shift solutions, paper discussions. We'll be bringing it in real time. Besides that, the JEE Advanced, we are also putting capsule questions. Anshul Tomar sir, he's putting out capsule questions, so you'll get prepared for JEE Advanced as well. Okay, so KVC, you're from the Sri Chaitanya campus, great. So over here I was about to start off with it, lekin I'll just have a think. Are the questions ready? Okay, the questions are coming in, so I'll not start with it. By the way, the question चल एक कर ही लेते हैं, थोड़ा टाइम जब है एक कर ही लेते हैं. मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट, ठीक है, मैं पहले ये लिख देता हूँ यहाँ पे, दिस इज फ्रॉम शिफ्ट 1. जस्ट शिफ्ट 2 आने वाला है. दिस इज फ्रॉम शिफ्ट 1 एंड दिस क्वेश्चन स्टेट्स दैट, जस्ट अ मोमेंट, ये डॉपलर इफेक्ट का क्वेश्चन है. बोला है ट्रेन इज मूविंग विथ 10 meters per second. सो ट्रेन विच इज द सोर्स, ट्रेन सोर्स ऑफ साउंड होगा, इट इज मूविंग टूवर्ड्स द प्लेटफॉर्म. सो Vs इज इक्वल टू 10 meters per second. इस स्पीड से इट्स मूविंग टूवर्ड्स द प्लेटफॉर्म and it's emitting a frequency f naught is equal to 400 hertz. ये frequency emit कर रहा है. What is the frequency heard by the passenger in the train? Okay, यहाँ पे heard by the passenger in the train है, तो मेरे को based on जो question मिला है, I'm believing this is not the velocity, the sound is not emitted by the train, but the sound is emitted from the platform. So in this case, it is the observer speed that is 10 meters per second. और यहाँ पे केस क्या है, यहाँ पे source is stationary and the observer is moving towards the source with a speed VO. ठीक है, is moving towards the source with a speed VO. तो मेरा जो apparent frequency होगा, F is equal to F dash या F जो भी है, F naught into V plus VO divided by V. अभी V का वैल्यू, स्पीड ऑफ साउंड इज गिवन एज 330. Speed of sound is given as 330. So let's put the values in. It's going to be 400 into upper mein 330 plus 10. 330 plus 10 divided by 330. So that makes it, up top you have 400 into 340 by 330. Now I don't have the options, and in all probability this question, the calculations you wouldn't have to do, the calculation would come from the options itself, because based on this I see it's 400 into 34 by 33. So the answer F would be something greater than, just greater than 400 hertz. Now since I don't have the option, I can't give you the exact answer to this, but if you check the options, you will see there will be only one option that will be close to 400 hertz but a bit greater than 400 hertz. Okay, so this is the one question that we got. Let's move on. By the way, as I'm doing it, I know these are shift 1 questions. We're just waiting on the shift 2 questions. Okay, so okay, I'm getting inputs that Bashir sir is ready, that the shift 2 questions have arrived. So I'll hand it over to him. So you can get all the maths questions, then Nitin sir would come in with the chemistry questions and all. So the entire, as many questions as we can get for you, we are getting and we will be solving on this channel. So like the video, share it among your friends, and I'll ask Bashir sir to come in and take away.
Hi sir, how are you?
Great sir.
Yes sir, right.
So what is the feedback right now about the maths?
So what you have been saying is absolutely correct. So math part is the deciding factor one,
Yes.
and of course physics and chemistry must be done well. They are just like the earlier sessions. Physics, chemistry papers were
easy,
and math are undoubtedly bit lengthy.
Okay.
So even in the morning papers morning sessions paper, this paper is bit lengthy.
Okay.
Ah.
So there at least that's actually good, because a little lengthy or a little difficult paper separates like those who have worked hard versus those who have not.
Exactly.
There's a separating factor is there.
Exactly. Even 40 marks in this paper will give you 99% in math especially.
This is why maths is so challenging. This is like there, because in physics if you need 99 you need to go to 80, 85.
Yeah.
So this is where the challenge of maths comes into it. So I'll let Bashir sir take over and he'll take on these challenging problems and everything.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Right. Yeah, dear students, once again, welcome to Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. So I know you are all eagerly waiting for, dear students, the latest questions of today's session. You see, just like earlier, like morning paper and all, certain questions are just similar, and some questions we can say even yesterday's paper similar kind of we got. You see, let me tell you one of such questions to fill confidence in you, dear students. He has given a pattern, sequence and series pattern. Let AN be the nth term of the series. He has given 5, 8, we can say 14, 23, 35, 50 and so on. In this particular series, nth term is given as AN. Okay. So dear friends, here he is asking Sn is sigma Tn. Sn is going to be sigma An, n is equal to, we can say, or Ak, k is equal to 1 to n is given. Then he is asking us S30 minus A40, S30 minus A40. This is what he is asking. Here this simple point is, dear students, okay, yeah, first point, the same kind of question we have done yesterday in the sense day before yesterday in the first day session. First differences in AP related, I think you do remember. Here their common difference was 2. Here you see first difference, it is 3. This is going to be 6, which is 9, this is 12, this is 15. First difference in AP in the sense 3, 6, 9, 12, which is a common difference 3, right. So nth term of this particular sequence will be like quadratic, my dear friends, whose n square coefficient is going to be, so common difference by 2, 3 is the common difference, 3 by 2 n square plus, you can write like an plus b. This is the point. If you could know this point, the problem is done. Put n is equal to 1, you will get 3 by 2 plus a plus b is going to be the first term 5, and put n is equal to 2, which is going to be 4 here. This is 6 plus, you can say 2a plus b is going to be 8. You can solve these two, my dear friends. You are going to get a value as well as b value, from which you can find Tn. Once Tn is known, if you apply Tn means you can find, if you put n is equal to 40, you will get a 40 as well. My dear friends, you just apply sigma, and after applying sigma, if you put n is equal to 40, you will get Sn. In that you put S30, my dear friends. I do not think we need to do the calculation. So, the only breakthrough is this particular step. You see, certain questions of a particular shift will repeat in all the shifts, my dear friends. So, you see, this is the second question, second time I have seen on the same concept. Do remember, for any sequence, first difference is in AP, we have to do like this. Yeah. Sandhya, you are asking the chapters to be prepared for good for mains. Sandhya, don't worry, compared to physics and chemistry, sure beta. You see, important point is, I can say, first most important point, those who did not prepare anything in math also, please focus on. First one is mathematical reasoning, my dear friends. Math reasoning is the first topic. Second one is stat, my dear friends. Third one is vectors, 3D, matrices and determinants, then differential equations, areas, definite integrations. These are few important areas, my dear friends. So, from which you will get here 1, 2, 5, 8, around 10 questions you will get. 10 fours are 40 marks, comfortably you will be near to 98-99 percentile in math. Please follow these topics, my dear friends. Okay, got it? Yeah, Sandhya, fine. Next, coming to the next question, dear friends. Here you see, as usual I told you, mathematical reasoning question. Here also it is given P and negation Q or negation P. This statement is given, is equivalent to, options are not available. It is very simple. There are just two statements, my dear friends. PQ, of course negations are given, you can write the truth table, even for the options also you can write, you can identify. So, the same kind of question we have seen in the morning shift also, yesterday also there, in all the papers, even in January attempt also, out of 12 papers, in 11 papers the question is from mathematical reasoning. I tell you one important point, my dear friends, all of you listen to me. So, last time, suppose in a particular 30th date evening shift, the paper is just like a routine one, bit comfortable, bit tough. You see, around 75 students attended, 75,000 students attended that particular slot. There, a particular student got 4 marks, my dear friends, in math. His percentile was 75. 4 marks in math is 75 percentile, in the sense around 60,000 students out of 75,000 appeared the exam, couldn't score even 4 marks, my dear friends. Yes. So, do remember, so math paper you have to attempt in an intelligent manner. So, go to the topics very selective, you can do better than the students who have done all the chapters and without any proper planning, right. Umesh, sir, I had only got 49 percentile in first session, is there any chance to get above 95 percentile? Why not, Umesh? I have seen n number of students. So, the students who got very less percentile also have got 98, 99 percentile. The only thing is good preparation, confidence and all. Do not worry, Umesh, you can crack. Okay. So, right, dear students. Now, coming to the point, next question. You see, statistics question also I want to tell you here. He has given a question here, just like in the morning. See, the question is not bit clear. One second, I will give you here. Statistics question. The mean and variance of 12 observations. Do remember, we have done morning also such questions. The mean and variance of 12 observations is 9 by 2, mean 9 by 2, and 4. Friends, mean is 9 by 2, variance is 4, my dear friends. And later on it was observed that two observations were considered as 9 and 10 instead of 7 and 14. So, 9 and 10 considered, actually they should be 7 and 14, that is what he said. So, then the correct variance is m by n, where m, n are co-primes, then m plus n equal to. He is asking us to find as correct variance. Are yaar, is it not the model which is repeated n number of times? Any coordinate geometry questions? Yeah, we'll try coordinate. Soon after I receive coordinate geometry questions, I will give, my dear friends. I have problem in doing statistics sums. What should I do? Arey Pranav, very simple. One thing you remember. So, variance, mean deviation, standard deviation, formulae, combined variance. 4 or 5 formulae in statistics. Just solve the latest January attempt JEE mains questions of statistics. There will be around hardly 12 questions. If not, if you go to one more year back, 12 more questions. 24 questions are enough in this. You can definitely attempt question from statistics. Very easy here, Pranav. Getting my point? Please do it today itself, because anyhow tomorrow you have time, so you can do well. Okay, right? Got my point? Yeah. Pranav. So, coming to the point, this question I think you can do, my dear friends. So, 12 observations, mean is 9 by 2. So, actually 7 and 14 should be, 9 and 10 are given. So, remove 9 and 10 and add 7 and 14. So, 19 is to be removed, that means 21 is to be added. So, actual sum is 9 by 2 into 12, which is going to be 54 is the sum. From this 19 is to be removed, 21 is to be added. So, 56 is the new sum. So, 56 by 12 is the new average. In the same way, sigma xi square you just take out in the sigma xi square 9 square 100 square, that means 181 you take out and add these, find the new mean, that is it. Simple calculation will give you. Such questions are given many a times in JEE mains, dear students. Okay. So, I do not think you require this calculation part, let me not waste your time. So, you can do that calculation part. Next, dear student, you see this question is given. You see A is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 set of. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This is the set given. Yeah. Then the solution, so then the relation R is given, my dear friends, set of all x, y such that, so this x, y belongs to A cross A, my dear friends, where A is this set. Okay. So, now the relation given is x plus y is equal to 7. Okay. What about this relation he is asking? Reflexive, symmetric, transitive relation. Yeah, Pranav CH. Yeah, we'll try calculus related questions also soon after I receive here. So I am not having all the questions here, dear students. So this is why. So whatever questions I am receiving here, those questions I am going to elevate here. Okay, Pranav. Okay. So here this relation reflexive, symmetric, transitive is very simple. It cannot be reflexive. X plus x is equal to 7 is not possible every time. But symmetric is fine. If x plus y is 7, y plus x is 7. Symmetric is fine. What about transitive, my dear friends? 1 6 is okay, 6 1 is okay, but it does not imply 1 comma 1, and hence it also fails transitive. This relation is only symmetric, my dear friends. Okay, right. Next. So, okay, 10 more minutes.
If you want to discuss, fine.
We will discuss, sir. Right. Yeah. Next. So, dear student, next question. You see, we've got, so you are asking about geometry. You see the area of the quadrilateral ABCD with the vertex A, B, C and D. Hurray, what a simple question is given. You see A, B, C, D vertices in geometry are given. So, this is given like 3D geometry related. This is 2 1 1. Next B is like, you see 1 2 5. C is like -2 -3 5 and D is like you can write 1 minus 6 minus 7. So, how to find area of the quadrilateral with vertices A, B, C, D, my dear friends. So, if you have no, I mean, so here it is not 2D geometry, it is the 3D geometry, do remember. So, you can find AB bar, BC bar, half AB bar cross AC bar will give you area of this triangle, and half AD bar or DA bar, sorry, DA bar cross DC bar will give you another area you can add, but you must see in such a way that both the areas will show right hand thumb direction. That means AB bar cross AC bar, if you take, it is showing inside. Here you have to take DC bar cross AD bar, you have to take. So, accordingly you have to take, my dear friends, or else you can also go with the magnitude of, you see, this diagonals wise also you can go, my dear friends. Yeah. So, this will also help you to find the area, that is, suppose ABCD is the quadrilateral given, BD bar cross AC bar will help you. So, if you are doing this, the direction is important, take care of it, dear students. Okay. Next, you see, next one, you can also take this question, you see. So, in 3D geometry he has given for AB belongs to Z, A comma B are integers, my dear friends, mod A minus B is less than or equal to 10, he has given. Let the angle between the plane, first plane is AX minus Y plus Y minus Z is equal to B, and the line x minus 1 is equal to A minus Y is equal to Z plus 1, B cos inverse of, he has given 1 by 3. The angle between this plane and line is given as cos inverse 1 by 3. If the distance of the point 6 minus 5 4 from the plane P is, distance of this point from the plane P is given like 3 root 6, then he is asking us to find A power 4 plus B square value. Arey yaar, it is a combination of 2-3 simple problems. The plane equation is given, but A, B are unknowns. Line equation is given, A is unknown. The angle between these two is given. How to find the angle between plane and line? You see, plane and line angle in the sense, if theta is the angle between plane and line, pi by 2 minus theta as the angle between the line and the normal to it. So, the normal drs of this plane are A1 minus 1. The drs of this particular, in the sense, you can take minus common, you will get 1 minus 1, 1 are the drs. You just apply angle between these two and put sin theta, cos inverse 1 by 3 you can also write sin inverse of root 8 by 3. So, you just equate the angle, you are going to get some relation connecting A and B. Once you get that, my dear friends, you could find A and B, you can find this particular plane equation. Immediately plane, the distance of point to the plane you can find, my dear friends, you will get the answer. So, once, so that value is to be equated to 3 root 6. Here you will get one relation connecting A and B. If the distance is equated to 3 root 6, you will get another relation. Just once you are asking to repeat, let me repeat, my dear friends. The question is, this is the plane equation given, this is the line equation given. So, when A minus Y is given, be careful, you can write Y minus A by minus 1, this is very, very important to write the drs. So, here, my dear friends, he is talking about the angle between the plane and line. So, this is the angle between plane and line, if it is theta, angle between the normal and line is going to be pi by 2 minus theta. So, you know, normal drs of the plane are A1 minus 1 and the drs of this line are going to be, you see, 1 minus 1 1. Apply angle between them formula, accordingly you will get sin theta, because it is pi by 2 minus theta, sin of something you will going to get, but in the problem he has given cos inverse 1 by 3, you can just write like sin inverse of. When you equate, you will get a relation connecting A value only, B is not there. So, because in B is not there, and the distance from this point to the plane, if you equate, because there B comes, 3 root 6 you will get B value. So, you know A value, B value, you are going to get the answer, my dear friends. Okay, Vamsi, hope you got it. Okay. Next problem, we have got many more problems, dear students. You can comfortably do these. Yeah. So, calculus questions, any, you see complex probability question is given, I guess. If the calculus question, so it is given, dear students, limit extends to, it is not bit clear, I think 1 by alpha it is written. So, 1 minus cos of x square plus bx plus a by 2 into 1 minus alpha x whole square whole power 1 by 2, my dear friends. Okay. Now, maybe x tends to 1 by alpha, this becomes 0, this is correct. This limit is given as 1 by k into 1 by beta minus 1 by alpha, then k value is, my dear friends. As x tends to 1 by alpha, my dear friends, this is going to be 0. So, 1 minus cos theta by theta square, here also it must be in terms of alpha, my dear friends. He must give in such a way that, so limit x tends to 1 by alpha. So, he has to give it in such a way that this will also become 0 here, because if it becomes 0 by 0, then only you are going to get limit x tends to 0. Sir, got 93 percentile, can I have a change to get 98 percentile? Say few topics in physics, sir. Physics sir will answer that, Varshini. So, can I have a chance to get 98 plus, sir? Say few topics in physics. Physics topics will be given by physics sir. Sir will come again, just wait. Questions may be incomplete, you are correct, because here also you see, if you substitute 1 by alpha part, we have to get this part 1, 0 by 0, then only we can proceed. So, here some part is missing surely, otherwise he will say alpha is the root of some quadratic part, like that some part will be there, then only this becomes 0 by 0. 1 minus cos theta by theta square will become 1 by 2. You have to rearrange it, my dear friends. You are very good, Narayana Tangi, you are absolutely correct. Here he has to give data such that when he substitute 1 by alpha, this becomes 0. So, then I think you know, you just such kind of questions appear previous mains question model only. Okay. Here it will be arranged like some number into this 1 minus alpha x into something we will arrange. So, 1 minus cos theta by theta square will give 1 by 2 kind of, then we can proceed this. So, surely one can say that the question is incomplete here. Next, dear students. Okay. So, sir is waiting, chemistry sir, hi sir, Nitin Verma sir is waiting. So, after some time after sir's session I will be joining here.
Hello sir,
welcome. Hi.
So, I am sure you must have enjoyed the session so far with Bashir sir explaining these questions which were asked in maths, right? So, here I am Nitin Verma, chemistry faculty, with some questions
sir,
of chemistry. Thank you very much sir.
Okay, sir.
So, now I have some questions in chemistry. So, how many of you wrote the JEE in this evening section? Tell me about your experience in the chat section, guys. Did you find chemistry section moderate, easy, or there was some questions you got stuck? Good morning Sandhya, how are you doing? So, did you find some question difficult in chemistry? You can share with us here in the chat section, I will answer it, right? Then meanwhile, I do have some good questions which were asked in this session, right? So, one question was based on Van der Waals constant. So, states of matter is one chapter, right, in which there are some very important topics. You guys know that, right? For example, Graham's law of diffusion, kinetic theory of gases, real gases, Van der Waals equation, right? So, there was one question that what is the order of A, right, which is a Van der Waals constant, right? What is the order of A, which is Van der Waals constant for these gases, and what were the gases? What were the gases? Helium, right, methane, and then water, and C6H6, which we assume benzene, right? So tell me guys, what is the order of the magnitude of the Van der Waals constant A, right? Sir, I have problem in organic reactions and electrochemistry. So any tips, sir? Sandhya, in organic, if you do the name reactions, right? You know name reactions. So there are a lot of name reactions, aldol condensation, right? Riemann-Tiemann reaction, Kolbe's reaction, okay? So Rosenman reduction, Itard reaction. There are many name reactions. First you complete those reactions. In electrochemistry, you do the Nernst equation, right? The entire galvanic cell Nernst equation, Gibbs energy, and you do some problems based on conductance, right? Molar conductance, lambda m, specific conductance kappa, that. So that should help you, right? Given that you have not much time left. So hello Said Uzair, yeah. So tell me guys, what is the order of the value of Van der Waals constant A here, okay? So let me tell you, A, it indicates attractive forces. Am I right? Yes, guys. So in Van der Waals equation, there are two constants. There are two constants A and B. आर्गन था, ठीक है, चलो आर्गन ले लेते हैं फिर, right? नोबल गैसेस का वैसे ही कम होगा, है ना कृष्णा, राइट? ओके सईद, सो आर्गन है तो उसका सबसे कम होगा, राइट, है ना? तो नोबल गैस है तो उसका कम ही होगा, राइट? हाँ, तो ये बताओ फिर इसमें हमारा क्या होगा, ठीक है? जो A जो है हमारा, दैट इंडिकेट्स मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ अट्रैक्टिव फोर्सेस, एंड द अदर कांस्टेंट, वैन डर वाल्स कांस्टेंट विच इज B, ये हमारा क्या बताता है? इफेक्टिव वॉल्यूम, ठीक है? ये हमारा क्या बताता है? इफेक्टिव वॉल्यूम। अब रफली जो वैन डर वाल्स कांस्टेंट A है, which is a direct measure of the magnitude of attractive forces, it is roughly proportional to the molecular mass. Let me tell you guys, okay? It is roughly proportional to the molecular mass, right? It is roughly proportional to the molecular mass and molecular size also, right? Hello Siddharth. So what will be the correct order here? What will be the correct order? Being noble gas, argon will be minimum. Being noble gas, argon will be minimum. Then methane, right? Then methane, right? Now water has hydrogen bonding. Water has hydrogen bonding, so that's a strong attractive force. But you see here the molecular mass is very high, right? Here the molecular mass is very high, 78, whereas the molecular mass of water is only 18. The molecular mass of water is only 18. So water has lower A value as compared to C6H6, which I am assuming it is benzene, right? Which I am assuming it is benzene. So that will be the correct order of the value of A, the Van der Waals constant for these gases, right? Noble gases minimum, then methane, then water, then C6H6. So that will be the correct answer in this question, right? Is that clear guys? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया? ये बताओ जरा, ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया है ना? Is that clear? Yes, yes, ठीक है. कुछ और do you guys have any question for me? Do you guys have any question for me? In chemistry, how was your experience guys? How was your experience? Did you face any problem? Any question? Hello Vamsi Lucky. Any question? What is B, Krishnan? B is a measure of effective volume, right? B is a measure of effective volume. So larger the molecule, larger will be the value of B, the Van der Waals constant, right? It is a measure of the excluded volume or co-volume, okay, right? Then another question I have, what is the ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds, right? What is the ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds in pyrophosphoric acid? In pyrophosphoric acid. ये बताओ guys, इसमें क्या होगा आंसर? What will be the correct answer here? ये बताओ. Right? So sir, and hello Black F, welcome to the session. Varshini, hello. Sir, important topics for 10th shift 2. At this stage, Varshini, I cannot exactly tell you what are the topics, right? But I think one thing you should do now, because 10th you'll have 4 question papers, right? 2 question paper of 6 and 2 question paper for today. So please go through all these questions and just work out, solve all the questions that were asked in the January session of JEE. So that should help you out, right? at this stage, because we don't have much time left, right? Only one day. So there is not a simple topic cannot be suggested, right, in chemistry. So tell me guys, tell me यहाँ पे क्या correct answer होगा? Ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds. Ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds. Pyrophosphoric acid. Pyrophosphoric acid, do you guys know what is pyrophosphoric acid? ये सब लोगों को पता है. Pyrophosphoric acid क्या चीज होती है? Pyrophosphoric acid. Yes, so pyrophosphoric acid is this is H3PO4 phosphoric acid, right? Now when you remove a water molecule, from two molecules of phosphoric acid, that gives you pyrophosphoric acid. Pyr, right? Dehydration. Is that clear? Is that clear? So ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds in pyrophosphoric acid. So H3PO4, you removed one water molecule from two molecules, that gives you H4P2O7, right? So tell me guys in the chat section what will be the answer. Tell me in the chat section what will be the answer. The ratio of number of sigma and pi bonds in pyrophosphoric acid. So iska formula, I'll tell you the structure here. Is that clear? ये सब लोग clear हुआ guys? ये बताओ, ठीक है ना? Okay, so Rudra said answer will be 6. Answer will be 6. Okay, let us see. So this is the structure of pyrophosphoric acid, guys. Okay, so H4, P2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So sigma and pi bond. So you guys know that every single bond is a sigma bond, right? Every single bond is a sigma bond. So 1, then 2, right? Here one bond, here one bond. So 1, 2, and then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10, here 11, and here 12. Is that clear? So there are 12 sigma bonds. There are 12 sigma bonds. Is that clear everyone, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So sigma bonds कितने हैं guys यहाँ पे 12 और pi bonds आप लोगों को दिख रहा होगा. Everybody can see pi bonds here. So in double bond there is a pi bond. Yes, I can see lot of people have given correct answer. Very good Rudra Narayan, very good Pranav, very good Manjula, very good Vamsi Lucky, very good Varshini. Yes, brilliant, brilliant. And pi bonds हमारे कितने हैं? 2 हैं. Pi bonds कितने हैं? 2 हैं simple because one pi bond here, one pi bond here. So the ratio is 6. ठीक है, ratio हमारा कितना हो जाएगा? इसमें 6 ratio हो जाएगा. Right? तो ये एक simple question था. This was a simple question asked. Then there was one more question that which acts as a stabilizer. It's a simple question, right? It's also given in NCERT hydrogen chapter. If you guys have studied this one, which acts as a stabilizer in the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, right? In the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So simple question, 4 marks for free. Simple question, 4 marks for free. The options were urea, alkali, right, glass and dust. Tell me guys what will be the correct answer. इसका correct answer क्या होगा? इसका correct answer क्या होगा? ये बताओ जरा जल्दी सब लोग. ये बताओ इसका correct answer क्या होगा? Sir, any organic question? Not so far, Pranav, but as soon as I get it, na, just stay with us. As soon as I get it, I'll discuss it. Okay, right? Yeah, so what is the correct answer here? The compound that acts as a stabilizer in the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So yes, please read NCERT book here. Okay, so in NCERT book it is given that in the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, alkali, traces of alkali, metals, glass, dust, rough surfaces, they act as catalysts, whereas phosphoric acid or urea, they slow down, they act as negative catalyst, they slow down the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. So the correct answer here is urea. Very good, Sandhya, yes, very good, Rudra Narayan, yes, very good Varshini, brilliant. So option A is the correct answer. Urea acts as a negative catalyst, it prevents the decomposition, slows down the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so this was one question. Let us do it quickly, because in chemistry you guys know that questions are not difficult. Yes, Vamsi. Yes, correct. Okay, next question that I am getting is which of these has one lone pair on central atom? So chemical bonding is a chapter which is very fundamental, and a lot of questions are asked directly or indirectly from chemical bonding. You guys are aware of that, right? Because it has some very basic topics like hybridization, Vesper theory, molecular orbital theory, dipole moment, resonance, right? So compounds of xenon having one lone pair on the central atom. So the compounds are XeO3, XeOF2, XeF4 and XeF5 minus, right? So yes, tell me guys, इसमें कौन कौन से compounds जिनमें एक lone pair है? How many of them have one lone pair? Okay, so how many of them have one lone pair, guys? Two. Okay, let us calculate guys, let us quickly calculate. Xenon जो है इसमें 8 valence electrons होंगे, है ना? Everybody xenon में 8 valence electrons होंगे. 3 oxygen will take 2 electrons each, so 6 electrons will be distributed. 2 electrons will be left, which is one lone pair, right? Which is one lone pair. Is that clear, right? Welcome science and technology here. Yeah, so XeO3, it has xenon has 8 electrons, 6 are distributed with oxygen, 2 electrons are left, one lone pair. Very good guys. Here 8 electrons are there, 2 will be given to oxygen and 2 will be given to fluorine. 4 electrons will be left, 2 lone pair. So that is not the answer. XeF4 again, 4 electrons will be distributed, 2 lone pair. That will not be the correct answer. Xenon, it has 8 plus 1, 9 electrons. It has 9 electrons, it has, right? 9 electrons. You see, xenon has 8 electrons. Negative charge means 1, 9 electron. 5 will be distributed with fluorine. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 2 lone pairs. It has 2 lone pairs. So only one is the correct answer, guys. So why? Yes, XeO3. That is only the correct answer. That is only the correct answer. Is that clear, everyone? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया, right? So these kind of questions are very common. That which of the molecules have this geometry, which has this hybridization, which has this shape, which has maximum number of lone pairs, which has equal bond length, you know, which has bonds of different lengths. So these kinds of questions are very, very common in JEE, right? And this is a very basic topic from chemistry. Is that clear? Everybody understood? Everybody understood? Everybody understood this, right? Okay, so let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question. Here you have to write the IUPAC name, and I would call it a very, very easy question, guys. I would call it very, very easy question. All right, so what will be the correct IUPAC name of this compound? What will be the correct IUPAC name of this compound? Yes, yes, ये बताओ जरा इसका correct IUPAC name क्या होगा? इसका correct IUPAC name क्या हो जाएगा guys? You know that there are two functional groups in this compound. One is CO, right? Can you see? One is CO, which you will call keto. One is CO, which you will call keto. So yes, Varshini, 2-methyl-5-oxohexanoic acid. So I got one answer. What about other people? What about other people? So here, definitely what will be the correct answer? Let's see. So carboxylic acid is the most principal functional group. It comes first in the priority order, okay? So 1 and then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 and then 6. Is that clear, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you will write the groups in alphabetical order. So methyl first, 2 methyl, all right. So it will be 2 methyl, all right, and then 5 oxo, okay, 5 oxo, and then there are 6 carbon hexanoic acid. Okay, so IUPAC name is something important, right? If you write the name correctly, it's no harm, right? It might come in your exam. It might come in your exam. Yes, correct, Siddharth, correct. So it is 2-methyl-5-keto or oxo hexanoic acid, because there are, 6 carbons in all. Is that clear, right? Okay, then there is no harm, right, Sunny? There is no harm in seeing this question. Then compare the acidic strength. What is the order of acidic strength? What is the order of acidic strength? So CF3 COOH, right? Then there was CH2F COH. All right. Yes, yes, correct, Sri. 2-methyl 5-oxo hexanoic acid. That is the correct answer, and there is no space in between. And then CH2Cl COH. This was the third molecule, and last molecule was CH2Br COOH. This is the fourth molecule. So arrange them in the order of acidic strength. ये बताओ guys, इसका correct answer क्या होगा? इसका correct, which of them is most acidic, which of them is least acidic, ये बताओ जरा, ये बताओ guys, okay? ये बताओ guys, इसका correct answer क्या होगा? 3142. 3142. Which of them is most acidic, guys? Which of them is most acidic? Can you tell me, guys, which of them is most acidic? ये मुझे आप लोग बता सकते हैं. Which of them is most acidic? One is least. Why do you think so, guys? Why do you think so? One is least acidic or one is most acidic? One is least acidic or one is most acidic? Can you see clearly that in first molecule there are 3 fluorine present? There are 3 fluorine present. So minus I effect is maximum. Minus I effect is maximum. So which is the most acidic? First one. First one is the most acidic. Why are you guys mixing it up? Why are you guys mixing it up? First is the most acidic, guys. First is the most acidic because it has fluorine, which shows maximum minus I effect out of fluorine, chlorine and bromine, right? Yes, it shows maximum minus I effect because of the highest electronegativity. So first is the most acidic molecule. First is the most acidic molecule, okay? Now here it is fluorine, here it is chlorine and here it is bromine. Okay, so you guys know what is the order of minus I effect? Fluorine maximum, then chlorine, then bromine. Is that clear? What is the order of minus I effect? Yes, 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 correct. So ये हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. And always remember, electron withdrawing groups, they increase acidic strength, right? Yes, है ना? तो ये माइनस आई इफेक्ट से सॉल्व कर रहे हैं हम, है ना? ये माइनस आई इफेक्ट से सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. सनी देखो यहाँ पे ध्यान से, माइनस आई इफेक्ट ही लगा रहे हैं. मैक्सिमम माइनस आई इफेक्ट इसमें होगा ट्राइफ्लोरोएसिटिक एसिड में, तो मोस्ट एसिडिक फर्स्ट हो जाएगा. नाउ आउट ऑफ फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन एंड ब्रोमीन, मैक्सिमम माइनस आई इफेक्ट विल बी हियर, so second will be most acidic out of these. Then chlorine has less minus I effect, so it will be third, and finally it will be fourth. ठीक है, right? Sir, minus I effect increases electron density. Pranav, minus I effect matlab withdrawing, right? Minus I effect means withdrawing of electron density. So minus I, minus, right? It is withdrawing electron density. That means it is polarizing the bond, okay, and it is stabilizing the conjugate base of the acid. Is that clear? It is stabilizing the conjugate base of the acid. So let me tell you guys, the acidic strength is directly proportional to the stability of conjugate base. Okay, if you guys have any doubt, then you should see this, because in because in JEE Advanced also there are questions based on acidic strength, and I can see based on the answers in the chat section that many students got the previous question wrong, right? So this is something you should correct, guys. Acidic strength is directly proportional to the stability of conjugate base. Directly proportional to the stability of conjugate base. Siddharth, yes, I will explain HVZ reaction, okay, right? So it is directly proportional to stability of conjugate base. Always remember, is HA, it gives H plus and A minus. This is your conjugate base, guys. ये हमारा conjugate base है. Greater the stability of this conjugate base, stronger will be the acid. Now tell me, guys, now tell me, this has minus charge. Which group will stabilize? The one which is electron donating or the one which is electron withdrawing? Tell me in the chat section, guys. This is A minus, conjugate base, negative charge. So what kind of group will stabilize this negatively charged species? Electron donating or electron withdrawing? Brilliant, Varshini. Yes, yes, brilliant, Varshini. So I am telling Vamsi that acidic strength is proportional to the stability of conjugate base. When you remove H plus, the conjugate base is negatively charged. Yes, Sandhya, very good. Now the conjugate base is negatively charged. It is unstable because it has negative charge. So we need to remove this negative charge. We need to remove this electron density. So we need electron withdrawing group. So we need electron withdrawing group. So always remember, electron withdrawing group, yes, Yes, correct, Siddharth. Electron withdrawing groups increase acidity, electron donating groups decrease acidity. Always remember that. Always remember that. Okay. Now I'll go to the next question. So from environmental chemistry, okay. Again, important tip, guys, for those who have yet to write their JEE, right? So environmental chemistries, again, there are some hot topics like acid rain, you know, the concentration of pollutants in water, and then there is ozone pollution, right? So these are some topics from environmental chemistry which please revise, okay? Please revise. Yes, technical Karthike, welcome to. So which of the following reaction not involved? Which of the following reaction not involved in the depletion of ozone? In the depletion of ozone, which reaction is not involved? Sir, how to revise P block? Sunny, first remember all the structures, right? In the, I think, morning session today also I discussed that first revise all the structures: oxides of nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, then oxoacids of phosphorus, sulfur, halogens, and then remember all the reactions which are in NCERT book, right? Remember all the reactions. If you have difficulty in that, then check previous year question paper. There are some like 20-30 reactions, Sunny, which are asked very frequently, right? In P block, there are approximately 20 to 30 reactions. For example, the reaction between chlorine and ammonia, the reaction or reactions of nitric acid, the reaction of chlorine with bleaching powder, right? Lime, which gives bleaching powder. So there are some reactions which are asked very frequently. Just revise those reactions, right? So the question was, which of the reaction is not involved in the depletion of ozone? And the reactions are, so this question you can solve only, if you have read this topic, right? You cannot just look at the options and predict, right? So CF2Cl2, the reaction with ultraviolet light, which produces chlorine radical, right? I don't have the exact option with me, so I'm trying to do the best here. Chlorine radical reacts with ozone, right? Then ClO radical reacts with oxygen radical, and then ClO radical reacts with oxygen. Now, those who have read this topic, tell me, guys, okay? Tell me, guys, what reaction out of these is not involved in the depletion of ozone? Okay, it is given in NCERT book right away. Yes, yes, Varshini, yes, yes, Siddharth. Simple question था, बिल्कुल simple question था. I agree, totally agree with you. बहुत simple question था ये, right? बहुत simple question था. Yeah, so option D is correct. Yes, correct, guys. So this is chlorofluorocarbons. In presence of ultraviolet radiation, they break down to produce chlorine radical. Yes, this reaction does happen. Reaction B happens. Yes, okay, it takes away the oxygen. It does happen. It also happens, but this reaction does not happen, right? This reaction jo hai, it does not happen. Okay, right? Yeah. So I have one more question. All right. The question was that at temperature 27 degrees Celsius, the kinetic energy is, let's say, X, right? What is the temperature at which kinetic energy is doubled? What is the temperature at which kinetic energy is doubled, right? So very simple question from KTG. So can you please tell oxides of sulfur and phosphorus after class? Yes, Varshini. Now I think Bashir sir has some questions from mathematics. After that, right, I'll join again and then I will discuss, okay? Right? So ये वाला बताओ guys, इसका क्या होगा? ये वाला बताओ, just one question, and Bashir sir has again some very prominent questions from maths to discuss with you guys. इसका आंसर बता दो जल्दी से. 600 Kelvin. Yes, Mohammed Danish, absolutely correct, brilliant. So simple सी बात है guys, जो kinetic energy का formula होता है, that is 3/2 RT, right? It's probably the simplest question from states of matter. So kinetic energy का formula जो होता है, that is 3/2 RT, which means kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature, okay? So when the temperature is 27, which is 300 Kelvin, kinetic energy is X, okay? If you want kinetic energy to double, temperature should also double, which is like 600 Kelvin, right? Which is like 600 Kelvin, and the options were given. I think these were the options given, right? right? So now you guys know which of these will be the correct answer, right? Right, so 600 Kelvin converted to degree Celsius, it will be 327 degrees Celsius. Yes, Karthik, very good. 600 in Kelvin, but let me tell you, the options were given in Celsius, right, degree Celsius. So these, that is the correct answer. So I will come back again with some more question. I think Bashir sir will take over, guys. Thank you, sir.
Hi sir, thank you. Fine. Yeah, dear students, so we shall continue few more questions here. Right. As we have told, some more questions here we'll discuss. You see, one of the questions given here is the difference between the coefficients of x power 10 and let me change the color, x power 10 and x power 7. The difference between coefficients of x power 10 and x power 7 of the expansion, you see, 2x square plus 1 by x whole power 11. Here we have given a shortcut to find coefficient of this. R is equal to NP is 22 minus M is 10 by P plus Q is 3, which is 12 by 3, R is equal to 4. For this term R is equal to 4. The second one, R is equal to NP minus 7 by P plus Q is 3, which is 5. So R is equal to 4, R is equal to 5. When R is equal to 4, what is the coefficient? 11C4 into 2 to the power of 11 minus 4, which is 7, that's it, minus R is equal to 5, 11C5 into 2 to the power of 11 minus 5, which is 6. You just compute this, you are going to get the answer for this, dear students. Yes, you needn't to do, I have given the shortcut, my dear friends. Earlier also you might have observed, if you are given an expression like ax power p plus b by x power q whole power n, if you want coefficient of x power m, do remember R is equal to np minus m by p plus q. Shortcut will save a lot of time. Most important point, we have observed question on this on the previous this particular session's 4 papers we got question from this. So you can definitely expect question in the upcoming also. Please do remember this is an important model. Okay, dear students, fine. Next question. Yeah, here he has given if 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z are in AP, given 1 by x, 1 by y, 1 by z, these 3 numbers are in AP and x comma root 2y and z are in GP. Okay, right. Then given xy plus, I guess it is yz plus zx is equal to 3 by root 2, 3 by root 2 xyz, my dear friends, 3 by root 2 xyz. Then find 3 times x plus y plus z whole square, x plus y plus z whole square. This is what he has given, dear students. Yeah, so here if you just simplify, if you divide with x y z, my dear friend, this is 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z is equal to 3 by, I guess it is 3 by root 2. Okay, my dear friend, since these are in AP, 1 by x plus 1 by z is 2 by y, right? So this is 2 by y plus 1 by y, 3 by y is equal to 3 by root 2. So y is equal to root 2, first observation. If y is equal to root 2, my dear friends, here this is going to be 2xz. Since these are in GP, so xz is equal to 4, my dear friends. Xz is equal to 4, and one more thing, my dear friends, you can also take it as some 2 by r comma 2 comma 2r you can take. These are in GP. So finally you need to find x plus y plus z, you need to find r, my dear friends. You just apply the logic that the reciprocals, this is it is going to be, you can see, my dear friends, here x is, this is going to be, x is 2 by r, this is, you just observe root 2 y, and x is 2 by r, y is going to be root 2, and z is going to be, you can say, 2r. These are in AP. You just apply the AP condition, my dear friends, you will get r value. Once you know r value, you can find x, y, z, x plus y plus z whole square you can apply, dear students. Okay, that is all this problem. Simplification you can do this. Okay. Next, yeah, next we can see this question, dear friends. Yeah, we have got few other questions even, right. Yeah, this question, dear friends, 25 power 190 minus 19 power 190 minus 8 power 190 plus 2 power 190 is divisible by, options are not available here, is divisible by, yeah. You are asking Varshini, from there we can easily do, yes, yes, this is why I have taken this. This is the question, it is divisible by. You see, x power n minus y power n is always divisible by x minus y if n is a natural number. I think you know, x power n minus y power n is always divisible by x minus y for all n belongs to n. So, here you can write it as 25 minus 19 is 6. This is divisible by 6. You take minus common, my dear friends, this becomes 8 power 190 minus 2 power 190 you can write. This is also divisible by 6. So, the first expression is divisible by 6, second expression is also divisible by 6. Undoubtedly you can say this number is divisible by 6. Okay, dear friends. Okay. So, here options are not available, what options he has given. So, these are the points, dear friends. The next we can say few more questions we are having, yeah, right, some complex number related question he has given, yeah, complex number. A is set of, we can say theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi open interval such that 1 plus 2 I sin theta by, you can write 1 minus I sin theta. This is purely imaginary, this expression is purely imaginary, Pi I have written, this is purely imaginary. So, then the sum of elements of A is, so my dear friends, if I think this such a simple question it is, what can we do if a particular complex number is purely imaginary? You just simplify this, and purely imaginary means real part must be equated to 0. So, you will get some simple trigonometric equation, you just find a solution in the interval 0 to 2 pi, we want the sum of those, isn't it? Shall I do, dear students? Shall I do, or can you manage this question? So, purely imaginary means you just multiply the numerator 1 plus 2 I sin theta into, just multiply with 1 plus I sin theta here. So, denominator becomes a square minus b square will become I square sin square theta plus sin square theta. Okay. Yeah. So, here my dear friends, we want, it is purely imaginary means real part must be equated to 0, real part in the sense, what is the real part? 1 here, product of these two minus 2 sin square theta it is, by this must be 0. This is 0 means sin square theta is equal to 1 by 2, my dear friends. That means sin theta is going to be plus or minus 1 by root 2. You just take the graph of sine curve open interval 0 to 2 pi, open interval 0 to 2 pi, this becomes 1 by root 2 2 times minus 1 by root 2 2 times. 1 by root 2 becomes 1 by root 2 means it is pi by 4, again another is pi minus pi by 4, next pi plus pi by 4, next one is 2 pi minus pi by 4. If you add these, my dear friends, so here these two get cancelled, this is 2 pi plus 2 pi 4 pi, these two get cancelled, 4 pi is the answer, dear friends. We have got such kind of questions in previous questions. One observation is, my dear friends, those who have done the previous questions related to JEE Main, so definitely you are going to back some benefit, my dear friends. So, select the topic, if you have time, undoubtedly select the topics and keep going practicing the previous year questions. So, these models are covered, not new questions. So, that is very, very important observation, my dear friends. Next, yeah, next question. So, we have discussed a few more questions here. S is the set of all values of theta. You see my dear friends, S is the set of all values of theta belongs to minus pi to pi, okay, for which the system of linear equations, what are they? X plus y plus root 3 z is equal to 0, minus x plus tan theta y plus root 7 z is equal to 0, and x plus y plus tan theta into z is equal to 0. So, has non-trivial solution. What is standard question? A homogeneous system of equation has a non-trivial solution means the det must be 0, my dear friends. So, there he is asking to simplify 120 by pi, this is sigma theta, theta belongs to S, he is asking, where S is belonging to this particular set, my dear friends. Simple question, no, you can just take it, the determinants 1 root 3 minus 1 tan theta root 7 1 tan theta, this det must be 0, my dear friends. I think the numbers given are correct. If correct, you can expand, my dear friends. This is 1 into, you can say t square minus root 7 minus 1 into, you can say minus t minus root 7 plus root 3 into, you will get minus 1 minus t equal to 0. You just simplify, my dear friends, t square minus root 7, this is plus t, you see plus root 7 minus root 3, you can say minus root 3 t is equal to 0. So, these two got cancelled, my dear friends. So, you will get a t square plus, you can write 1 minus root 3 into t minus root 3 equal to 0. You just see, my dear friends, t value, sum of the roots 1 comma minus root 3. So, 1 comma minus root 3 are the roots, my dear friends, are root 3 comma minus 1, I can write sum of the roots minus b by a, right. One root is root 3, other root is minus 1, my dear friends. So, in the interval minus pi to pi, tan graph, my dear friends. So, 0 to pi by 2 to pi, this is minus pi by 2, then this is going to be, you can take like this. So, tan becomes root 3 at 2 values and minus 1 at 2 values. You have got 4 values, my dear friends. For these 4 values, you take the sum, my dear friends. If this is alpha, you see, so here you can take pi minus alpha kind of, you will get, so because tan function is having the periodicity of pi. So, you can write if this is alpha, that is pi plus alpha, this is beta, that is pi plus beta. So, or if you take alpha, this is pi minus alpha, beta pi minus beta. So, you will get their sum is going to be 2 pi. So, if you write it as 2 pi, this is going to be, pi gets cancelled, 240 is going to be the answer, right, my dear friends, right. Next, so next question, dear friends, I can say here. So, apart from this, so I am just trying the questions which are obtained from the other source. System of equations related question also we have discussed, and trigonometry matrices related question, matrix A is given like, you see 1 5, I guess this is some minus 1 10, some misprint is there, and A inverse is given as you can say alpha A plus beta I, okay, and alpha plus beta is equal to minus 2, he said alpha plus beta is minus 2, okay. Then we want 4 alpha square plus beta square plus lambda square. 4 alpha square plus beta square plus lambda square is what? I think this is lambda, this unknown is there. And for a 2 by 2 matrix, how to find A inverse? I think you know, my dear friends, its inverse is nothing but, in fact, you can easily find for a determinant is AD minus BC. 10 minus 5 lambda is the determinant. 1 by AD minus BC into, you just interchange these two, 10 1 minus 5 minus lambda. Yeah, this is going to be, my dear friends, A inverse is this. So, A inverse is this, alpha into A plus beta I will become alpha 5 alpha lambda alpha 10 alpha, this is beta I will become beta 0 0 beta. So, here beta will be added. Now, you just equate the values, my dear friends. 10 by 10 minus 5 lambda is going to be alpha plus beta. Similarly, minus 5 by 10 minus 5 lambda is going to be 5 alpha. In this way, you can find lambda, alpha, beta, you can substitute the values. Even alpha plus beta is given as minus 2, you can eliminate one of the variables, right. Just simplification based questions, dear students. Okay. Next, some trigonometric equations related are given. So, dear friends, so these are the major questions that are given. One important point in math part is, dear students, yeah, I mean to say, math related most of the questions that we have got are these. So, do remember one important point, the students who are going for other sessions especially, do remember one thing. So, the paper is coming in the, it is like lambda alpha kind of, in the matrix A he has given. My point is, you see, do not take the numbers as it is, these three numbers are given, here some lambda is given, that is it. For a 2 by 2 matrix, you can find A inverse, right, you can find characteristic equation, or else it is easy to find A inverse, right. So, he has given A inverse is some alpha into A plus beta I is given, right. So, generally this alpha comes like det kind of, minus det, this is trace kind of, you will get. Okay. So, we have the result related to characteristic equation, because if you multiply the A inverse, you will get alpha A square plus beta A plus, you can say, my dear friends, so is equal to I, you will get minus I is equal to 0. This is the equation, my dear friends. So, I mean to say, yeah, that here minus symbol is there in the sense, so the question is not complete. Okay. So, you are saying minus symbol is there, okay. So, depending on that it will be, if it is minus lambda, accordingly the answer comes. My point is the pattern of the question, okay, right. So, one thing I want to say, dear students, yeah, if it is minus lambda, accordingly answer comes, if it is lambda, accordingly you will get the answer, okay, YG, right, good, thank you. And my dear students, one important point is, those who are having their next session exams, most important point you do remember, first thing, recall all the important points. The paper pattern is going just like earlier papers, no need to worry about. So, one way we are comfortable, just go through the standard topics, especially the previous year questions that are going to help us a lot, and same patterns are repeating. Especially I tell you one more thing, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will come for another session. Do remember, definitely in sequence and series, first differences in AP, maybe first differences in GP question will be expected in the next coming papers. Yes, sure, I will tell you, do remember, note it. The next upcoming papers in sequence and series, first differences AP or GP question will be there. Similarly, in statistics, only 2 standard questions are repeating. Even in mathematical reasoning also, we are not getting a lengthy question. So, system of equations, you see, we have got the question on homogeneous system of equations, 3D geometry, all the models are giving in the standard way. Just go through, dear students, and keep in touch, and more questions I will connect you again, right. Thank you, sir. Hi, sir. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, please continue.
So,
yes,
I
sir.
have one question in chemistry. Thank you so much, Sabashi. Sir, now I will take up some question in chemistry, guys. Okay. So, I hope you are waiting. There was one question from ionic equilibrium, right? And it is based on common ion effect and solubility product constant. Yes, Varshini and Pranav, if we as in when we get some question of that type na, right, that will be discussed, right, no problem. If we get that question, it will be discussed, right. So I have one question, it is based on solubility product and common ion effect. So solubility product constant for barium sulfate, solubility product constant for barium sulfate, I think it is given to be 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 10. It is given to be 1 into 10 to minus 10 at 298 Kelvin. So if there was some change in data, then please correct me guys, okay, right. If you feel that there was some other value given, correct me, because these are memory based questions and the purpose of this session is to tell you what kind of question are asked, right, and what is the background concept, right. So purely for your benefit guys. So the solubility product for barium sulfate, it is approximately 10 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 at 298 Kelvin. The question is, what is the solubility of barium sulfate in 0.1 molar potassium sulfate, 0.1 molar potassium sulfate, right. So solubility of barium sulfate in 0.1 molar potassium sulfate solution is something gram per liter, and the molar mass of barium sulfate is given to be, the molar mass of barium sulfate is given to be 233 gram per mole. So this is a very common question that is asked from common ion effect and solubility product constant. So this question is very easy. Let me explain this guys. So if you have any doubt, just let us know guys, okay. If you have any doubt in chemistry section, those who have to write their exam or those who wrote it today, if you have any doubt, please let us know. So the insoluble salt in question, it is barium sulfate, right. So barium sulfate, it will dissociate like this, right, barium and sulfate, alright, barium and sulfate. Now let us suppose the molar solubility is S moles per liter. The molar solubility is S moles per liter, right. Then of course the concentration of barium should be S and the concentration of sulfate should be S. Is that clear guys, everyone, okay. So the concentration of barium should be S, the concentration of sulfate should be capital S. But we are not dissolving barium sulfate in water, we are dissolving barium sulfate in 0.1 molar potassium sulfate. That means there is a common ion. One of the ions of the electrolyte, it is already present. How much it is present? 0.1. How much it is present? 0.1. So the total concentration of the sulfate ion, which is 0.1. Now the KSP, which is nothing but the product, what will be the KSP guys? Product of barium and sulfate concentration, right? Product of barium sulfate concentration, barium is S, this is S plus 0.1, it is given to be 10 raised to the power minus 10. It is given to be 10 raised to the power minus 10. I hope this is clear to everyone, okay. Now what you will do in this question, you will ignore solubility with respect to 0.1 because the solubility product constant is very small, 10 raised to minus 10. So you will ignore this, then the molar solubility will be 10 raised to the power minus 10 divided by 0.1, so 10 raised to the power minus 9 molar, right. Is that clear, right? So molar solubility will be 10 raised to minus 10 divided by 0.1, 10 raised to the power minus 9 moles per liter. So this is in mole per liter, but they have asked what is the solubility in gram per liter. So obviously you will multiply it by 233. You will multiply it by 233. So the solubility in gram per liter, it will be 233 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 gram per liter. So the correct answer would be 233. Okay. Is that clear? Anyone? Any question that you guys want to ask? Anyone? Any question guys you want to ask? किसी को कुछ question पूछना है इसमें? Any doubt in this? Anyone? कोई डाउट नहीं है किसी को कुछ केमिस्ट्री में इसमें पूछना है? Then I think we have some more questions from other subjects coming up. Anyone? Rudnarayan, Varchini, YG Dots, Pranav. Sir, can you repeat? So this is barium sulfate, Pranav, right? So barium sulfate ionizes to give barium and sulfate ion. Okay. If the molar solubility is S moles per liter, so the concentration of barium is S, sulfate is S. Why? Because 1 mole salt gives 1 mole cation, 1 mole anion. Now this is not the dissolution of salt in water, it is the dissolution of salt in this solute, 0.1 molar potassium sulfate, which means there is a common ion present. How much? 0.1. right? Now you know what is the expression of solubility product constant, the concentration of cation S and the concentration of anion S plus 0.1, okay? Now always remember, because Ksp is a constant, it does not depend upon concentration, okay? Remember this, solubility product constant, it's a constant by definition, it will not depend upon concentration. So the product of S and S plus 0.1, it is going to remain same. It is going to remain same, okay? And then because the Ksp is very low, solubility will be very low. With respect to 0.1, I can ignore solubility, and then you will get the value of S as 10 raised to minus 9 moles per liter, okay? Right? This is the molar solubility, but the question was solubility in gram per liter. So obviously you multiply by molar mass, which is 233 as given in the question, right? So I think Ravindram sir is ready with some physics questions.
Yes, sir. Surely,
Yeah.
I am
Thank
ready
you
with some physics
so much,
questions.
sir.
Thank you so much, Nitin sir, for discussing the chemistry questions of the paper. And guys, as we can see, the paper was pretty easy in physics, right? So, okay. Now, I want to see the slides. Where are they? Physics slides. They must be here, no? The questions must be here. Okay, fine. So I'll start with a question. So there is a question in physics, okay, which says that y is equals to x minus x square by 20, right? So this is the equation of trajectory given from projectile motion, right? This is the equation of trajectory given in the projectile motion, and now we want to find out what is the height of this particular projectile motion, right? Come on. So let's do this question. First of all, do you remember the formula for equation of trajectory? It is x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. Formula number 1. And one more formula about tan theta, it is equals to 4h by r, where r is the range, right? So these two formulae we already know, and using these two formulae we can get the value of height in this particular question. Is it okay? Now, so first of all, let's take out x common. So x will be common, so it will become 1 minus x by 20. So now through simple comparison, you can say, so tan theta will be 1, okay, and range will be 20. Now using the second formula which says that tan theta is 4h by r, can we get the value of height? Yes, surely. So we will say tan theta is equals to 4 into h by r. So it is 1 is equals to 4 into h by 20. So after solving, you will say, sir, height will be 20 by 4 meters. So it will be 5 meters. 20 by 4, that is 5 meters. Okay. So this is going to be the height in this particular question, which came from equation of trajectory from projectile motion. Okay. So let me find out some other questions as well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So this was of great help. So this is the question. As you can see the question also, I just now discussed it. Yes, Pranav, the answer was 5. Fantastic. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. So this is a very basic question of the chapter current electricity. See, if this is point A, we have to find out between A and B what is the equivalent resistance. Yes, cool. So what we are going to do, we'll say this is point A, and since this is a conducting wire and there is no resistance in between, so we will say if this is point A, this is also point A, and if this is point B, so this will be also point B, the potential will be same, and from here you will say this is also B. So if I start solving it, I will say this is the end point A, this is one of the point A, this is the another point B, and now how many resistances are there in between A and B? So one resistance, this 20 ohms, another is again 20 ohms, and another is 10 ohms. So all of them are in parallel combination, yes or no? So this is 20 ohms, this is 20 ohms, and this is 10 ohm, right? So if I want to really find out parallel series, okay, they are in parallel combination. As you can see, they are all in parallel, looking like they are in series, but they are in parallel combination. 20, 20 will become 10. In parallel, 20 and 20 will become 10, 20 by 2, and then 10 and 10 will become 5. So it will be somewhat like this. These two 20 will become 10 ohms. There is already a 10 ohm resistance, right? So 10 and 10 will become 5. Is it okay? So which option is correct? 5 ohm. Is it okay? Well done, Pranav. I hope you have understood this, right? Fantastic. Now let's, so it is, yeah. Okay, which of the following is the highest energy in electromagnetic wave? See, it depends upon the frequency. Energy will be what? HF. Okay, H into frequency. So energy is directly proportional to frequency, and we know that X-rays have got the highest amount of frequency as compared to infrared, micro or radio waves, right? X-ray has the highest frequency or the lowest wavelength, right? And radio waves have got the highest wavelength and the lowest frequency. That is why energy wise X-rays will be the right answer. Is it okay? Cool. Guys, are you understanding? Let me know in the comment section, right? So let's come back. Which of the following expressions give the value of acceleration due to gravity at the altitude h from the surface of earth? See, naturally we know formulae. Suppose this is r at this point, right? So the formula is g dash is g upon 1 plus h by r whole square. This is one formula. Or if height is far less than capital R, like 1% or even less than 1% of R, okay. So g dash will become g into 1 minus 2h by r using the binomial approximation, right? But we will search for this formula, okay. So, and since the options are also in terms of small g, right? So we will say g, no, yeah, okay. So it will be how much? G into r by r square upon r plus h whole square. Okay, so this will become the formula that we are looking for. This is wrong and this is also wrong. So the correct one is B because it simplifies to this point. Clear everyone? Okay. So which option is correct? The second option is correct. Bring this r square here in the denominator, so it will become 1 plus h by r whole square. So it will be g upon 1 plus h by r whole square. Okay, or if you don't want to convert this into this, convert this, like you can say it is nothing but g into r square upon r plus h whole square. Is it cool, everyone? Fantastic, fantastic. So let's move ahead and discuss one more question. Find the distance from a point charge of magnitude. Okay, so charge is given. Find the electric potential. Electric potential is also given 50 volts. So that means they have given a positive charge and at a certain distance the potential is V. Okay, potential is given 50 volts, charge is also given and they are asking for R. So what is the formula for potential due to a point charge? Do we have this? So formula of potential is KQ by R, right, due to a point charge. What is K? K is actually 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into charge is how much given? 5 into 10 to the power minus 9 upon distance is R. Okay. So what is this? This is 50, right? So these will get cancelled. So R will be 9 into 5 upon 50 meters. So it will be 5 ones are 5 tens are. So it will be 0.9 meters, or we can say it is 90 centimeter. Clear everyone? So which option is correct in this case? Option A is absolutely correct. I hope you all are understanding the solution to the problems that have been asked today in examination in the second shift. Yes or no? Come on, let me know this in the chat box or the comment section. Okay, come on. So let's move on to the next question. So this is a question from Carnot engine, and I have been telling this to my students a lot many times that one question from Carnot engine is a favorite of NTA that they are giving in every attempt, right? So, and Carnot engine is a very simple topic, and the questions that come are also very simple. So what they have done, a Carnot engine working between 27 degrees centigrade and 127 degrees centigrade. First of all, we need to convert it into Kelvin, becomes 300 Kelvin and becomes 400 Kelvin. Performs 2 kilojoules of work. So work is given 2000 joules, right? Achha, options are also in kilojoules, so no need to worry. Anyways, the amount of heat rejected is equal to, see, try to understand this thing. This is the source, okay, T1 at temperature T1. This is the engine performing the cyclic process from which some work is obtained. This is Q1, this is Q2, right? And this is T2, which is the engine, which is the temperature of the sink. Both these are reservoirs. Now what is the formula for Carnot engine? It is efficiency 1 minus T2 by T1, or even we don't need this formula, we will simply say according to Carnot, Q1 is directly proportional to T1 and Q2 is directly proportional to T2, right? Now tell me, what is Q1? Q1 is equals to Q2 plus W, that is work done, right? So can I say that Q1 by Q2 will be equal to T1 by T2, which will be equal to Q2 plus work done upon Q2, right? Now what is T1? T1 is 400 Kelvin, T2 is how much? 300 Kelvin, right? So it will be 4 by 3. Now solving this, you will get the value of work done. Could you explain why Q is proportional to T? I don't think that I need to do this here, okay? And since it's a Carnot, in Carnot engine, it considers it to be a reversible process, okay? And Q comes out directly proportional to T. Because deriving this, I need to explain you the whole Carnot cycle here, right? So it will take a lot of time, in which I can discuss some other questions as well, okay? So for you in mains examination, they are not going to ask you why it is proportional to T. You just have to remember that Q is directly proportional to T1, Q1 is directly proportional to T1 and Q2 is directly proportional to T2, okay? Newton's law of cooling, yes, I will do that, don't worry. Now electromagnets are made up of soft iron. See, if you remember these diagrams of hysteresis, so this is the diagram for soft iron. It's a very feeble one, but if you talk about steel, okay, so it is like this. So we say that for soft iron the retentivity is very less, okay, the retentivity, this value is very less. That means once you switch off the electromagnet, the amount of magnetism it holds is very less as compared to the amount of magnetism that is held by the steel. That is why we use soft iron electromagnets, because we don't want the energy loss to be very high, okay, because we have to demagnetize the magnet again, because you have switched off the current, okay, but still there is some magnetism. To demagnetize it completely, we need to allow the current to flow in the opposite direction, so naturally there will be heat losses. So we want to minimize these heat losses. That is why in electromagnets we use soft iron instead of steel. In case we want to make permanent magnets, definitely we will go for steel because it has got a high retentivity, okay? But if we use steel in electromagnets, there will be huge losses, and to avoid those losses, we go with soft iron. So we will say electromagnets are made of soft iron. Statement 1 is absolutely correct, but soft iron has low permeability and high retentivity. Absolutely wrong, because it has low retentivity. And what does it have high is susceptibility, right? So it has got high susceptibility but low retentivity. So statement 2 is automatically false. So we will go with which option? Statement 1 is true, 2 is false, option B is correct. Is that okay? It will depend on both the things, obviously. See, coercivity is how much current you have to pass in the backward direction in order to demagnetize it. But the coercivity will naturally depend upon the retentivity, na, how much it is magnetized in the first place, right? How much magnetized it is in the first place. If it is magnetized to a very high extent, then you have to obviously pass a lot of current in the opposite direction just to demagnetize it. And the passing of current in the opposite direction just to demagnetize it is the reason for the energy losses in the circuit, right? And see, coercivity I am also not mentioning for a fact that in the question they have not mentioned that word. Are you understanding? It will depend upon surely retentivity, right? Retentivity is the major reason. Anyways, and we also say the area of the graph is responsible for the losses. So higher area of the graph means higher losses, lesser area of the graph means less losses. So you can remember it like that also, okay? A body of mass 5 kg has linear momentum. So mass is given 5 kg and momentum is given, that is m into v1, which is 100 kg meter per second, right? So mass is 5 kg, so v1 will be how much? 100 by 5, that is 20 meter per second. So this is initial speed given. Now they are asking if a force F, which is how much? 2 Newton, acts for a time of 2 seconds, right? Acts for a time of 2 seconds. So what is the change in kinetic energy? So obviously work done by the force will be equal to change in kinetic energy, right or not? So what is the work done by this force? Is force into displacement, right? So technically we need to find out only the displacement, okay? What are we trying to understand here? That force into displacement will give you work. So what is displacement? How will you find out the displacement? So what is delta x? Okay, delta x will be v1t plus half a t square. Now what is the acceleration? Acceleration is very simple. Acceleration will be force upon mass. What is force? Force is 2 Newton. 2 upon mass is 5. So acceleration is 0.4 meter per second square, right? Is it okay? Now acceleration we all know. What is the displacement? Displacement will be v1 is how much? 20. T is how much? 2 seconds. Half into 0.4 into 2 square. Am I correct? Delta x is ut plus half at square. Clear? Anyone having any doubt in this so far? Acceleration is given, sorry, acceleration is found out easily, 2 by 5, okay? So it will be 40 plus 0.8. So it will be 40.8 is the displacement. So work done will be force into displacement. What is the force here? Force is 2 Newton. 2 into 40.8 joules. This will be the change in kinetic energy. Is it okay? So can we directly use p square by 2m? Hey, why will you use that p square by 2m? When you can simply find out the displacement and just multiply force with displacement and get your answer. Momentum is just given of an instant. Why will you differentiate it? To get force. Force is already given. dp by dt is used to find out force. Baba, force is already given. Why the hell would you do dp by dt? It's not required, na? dp by dt will be done if p would have been given as a function of time. Momentum would have been given as a function of time and we were asked to find out force. Then dp by dt would have been used. But since they have directly given momentum at a certain instant and they have given force for the whole duration. So obviously we just need to use this momentum to figure out the initial velocity. Once we know the initial velocity, we know the force and mass, we can find out acceleration. Once we have acceleration, we just put it in the formula, get the displacement, and force into displacement will give us the what? Finding out final momentum. Are they asking final momentum? Huh? See, these are the things that you do in examination and end up wasting your time. Are they asking for final momentum? Come on, tell me guys.
How many questions do you have?
I guess 2-3 questions more. Okay. Are they asking for final momentum? No, they are not asking for final momentum. They are simply asking for change in kinetic energy. So use the concept. Otherwise, you could have done one more thing. You could have found out the final velocity, right? See, if you want to kill a mosquito by using a sword, you are welcome to do that, right? But in examination, you need to save your time and do the question in the best possible, in the shortest possible way. That is the smartest thing that you can do in examination. So by integrating, by differentiating, if it is not required, then why the hell you are doing it? Okay. Anyways, I have made my point. So the power of antennae, this you need to remember, it is B option. The power is directly proportional to L square by lambda square. This is a thing which we all tell us in the chapter communication system. Okay. So its B option is correct in this case. Okay, we can get displacement from acceleration time graph. No. From acceleration time graph, see, the slope gives us nothing. The slope is what? Acceleration time graph, slope is dA by dt, and there is no quantity like dA by dt. And area is a dt integration, which gives us delta v, that is change in velocity. So area under the acceleration time graph gives us change in velocity. The slope gives us dA by dt, which is not a physical quantity. Okay. So that is why this statement is wrong. It doesn't give us any information about displacement. But sure, we can get acceleration from velocity time graph. Why? Because in the velocity time graph, right, in the velocity versus time graph, the slope, okay, the slope is dv by dt. This gives us the acceleration. Okay. So 1 is true, sorry, 1 is false, 2 is true. Clear everyone? Is it okay? Mohan Krishna, very good. Option D is correct. Okay, so I guess chemistry questions have been started now. So I'll be back with some more questions of physics if I get, and till then maths, either maths teacher or chemistry teacher will be joining you. Okay, you wanted me to explain Newton's law of cooling. So I'll directly give you the formula of Newton's law of cooling. Okay. See, they generally ask you, there is a body which is at a temperature T1 and it cools down to temperature T2 in a time delta T, right? Okay, and the surrounding temperature is T0, right? So what is the formula that you will use? You will say, sir, T1 minus T2 upon T1 plus T2 by 2, that is the average temperature, minus T0 is equals to K delta T. So use this formula and get your answer. Is it okay? This is the shortcut for the Newton's law of cooling. Anyways, thank you guys. So I guess now maths teacher will join you, maths sir will join you, and he'll explain some more questions and discuss some more questions of mathematics. So stay tuned. Yes? Okay, he'll drink some water first. Okay. OP sir, okay sir. Op sir, okay sir. Okay, Pranab. So questions are asked from Newton's law of cooling as well. Okay. So generally the question variety is like this. Initially the body temperature is 80 degrees centigrade. It cools down to 70 degrees centigrade in suppose 10 minutes. So they will ask you, there are two things from here. One, either they will ask you from 70 to 60 degrees centigrade how much time it will take. One thing, or they will tell you that in another 10 minutes to what temperature it will cool down. So two things, either they will tell you from 70 to 60 degrees centigrade how much time will it take, or it will tell you in another 10 minutes to what final temperature it will cool down. So these are the two varieties which can come from Newton's law of cooling. Okay, thank you students. So I am welcoming sir, please welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, how was the analysis of the physics examination? Like, was it a level of the question was changed in the morning as compared to
No,
the
sir.
morning or the evening?
The level of the paper was exactly same, the questions were same, and the concepts are pretty common that are common in examination, sir.
All right. So that means PYQ, that means previous year questions are really very important.
Obviously.
And the questions that we are coming up live regularly, these are also very important for the upcoming JEE examination.
Surely, because as I have been seeing the pattern of JEE specifically for physics, if you are really solving at least 5 questions of every concept, you will definitely score more than 90 marks in physics. It's for sure. The paper is coming really easy and purely formula and conceptual based questions are
If
there.
all the basics of every concept is being clear to you, that means you'll be able to attempt the question. Is that
Definitely.
so? So you need, for JEE Mains preparation, you need to follow the
Okay, sir.
JEE Advanced
So I'll take
book.
my
Yeah,
leave.
sure, sir. Thank you. And some of the students are calling chemistry sir also. So please tell them to join soon soon after me. And here we go, students. I hope you are all well and you have gone through all the solutions that the mathematics teacher Bashir sir, chemistry teacher Nitin sir, and the physics teacher Ravindran sir has shared with you. Okay, moreover, there are 2 or 3 questions which are really important that I want to share with you guys, and I hope you all are doing good. So let us move back from here and let us take an empty slide so that I can discuss the questions of the mathematics portion from you. Okay, so I think all these questions are done. Okay, have you completed this question? Because this question also I want to discuss with you. Suppose this is a sequence given here in front of you, and here you can observe that the differences are in AP. So here the first difference is 3, the second difference is 6, 14 and 23 has a difference 9. Here you'll observe that the difference is 12. So differences are in AP. So whenever the differences are in AP, in that case, there are 2 methods that you can follow. Either you can follow the method of difference, or you can follow by considering a general term. Okay, so the method of difference is the first method, method number 1, and method of difference. Okay, both the methods I will be discussing with you. And the method 2 is, let us consider the nth term of the sequence as an square plus bn plus c. Okay, and using this nth term we'll be able to get the Sn by taking the summation. I hope you are able to understand this. So basically, if I talk about the very first method, method number 1, in this, if I assume the sum of the sequence S, and the sequence is 5, then it is 8, then it is 14, then it is 23, and so on, it is increasing till an. Okay, now if I shift one term to the right, so instead of 5 I am writing 0, then it is 5, then it is 8, then it is 14. Here we have a of n minus 1th term, and this is nth term. Now let us try to subtract both these sequences. If I try to subtract both these sequences, s minus s will become 0. Here 5 minus 0 it will be 5, 8 minus 5 it will be 3, 14 minus 8 it will be 6, 23 minus 14 it will be 9, and here we will have an minus 1, and here it is 0, so 0 minus an will be equals to minus of an. I am taking this an to the left hand side, so I will be able to get the nth term as, then it is 5, then we have 3 plus 6 plus 9, and here the last term will be an minus 1. So what we are observing from here to here we have the n terms. Now I have increased one term, so it becomes n plus 1. If I take this n plus 1 term to left hand side, so from this to this we have n terms. Now since this is not the part of AP, so from here to here we are having n minus 1 terms. So basically we need to apply the sum of the sequence of the AP for n minus 1 terms. So that means nth term can be written as 5, and here we have n minus 1 terms. So I'll apply the formula n minus 1 upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So it will become n minus 2 into d. Difference of this AP will be 3. I hope you are able to understand how we got the nth term. Now simplify this nth term. This will be a quadratic, and this can be compared with this. Okay, so we got a nth term in the form of a quadratic expression. Suppose we got the nth term as an square plus bn plus c. Now if we have the nth term with us, then it will be very easy for me to write the Sn, because the summation of nth term will give me the value of Sn. Now it is very easy for applying the summation formula, because you all know that summation of n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 over 6. You all know that summation of n is n into n plus 1 over 2, n into n plus 1 over 2. So these are the formula that you need to apply for getting Sn. As soon as you get the value of Sn, it will be very easy for you to write S30 minus A40. Okay, so you just need to write S30 minus term number 40. It can be S40 also, or it can be A40. So nth term you have, it will be very easy for you to write A40, and Sn term will also be with you. It will be very easy for you for you to write the S30. I hope you understood the concept that is being required to actually complete this solution. This is quite a calculative question, but these type of questions will be solved in this method only. If I talk about the method number 2, that is a method number 2 which requires assumption of the nth term. So let us start this method number 2 by assuming nth term to be an square plus bn plus c. Let us put the value of n as 1, we'll get a plus b plus c, and at n is equals to 1, the nth term a1 will be 5. So a plus b plus c will be equals to 5. If I put the value of n as 2, it will be 4a plus 2b plus c. So this will be equals to 8. At n is equals to 3, that will be 9a plus 3b plus c, it will be equals to 14. So we have 3 equations in 3 variables a, b, c. It will be very easy for us to use the substitution method or elimination method to get the value of small a, small b, small c. In this way also we can get the nth term. So either we can get the nth term in this way with the method of difference, or we can directly assume nth term to be a quadratic expression and then we can get nth term. Once we have the nth term, we'll apply the summation to each and every part of it to get the Sn. And once we have the Sn, then it will be very easy for us to write the value of S30 minus A40. I hope you are able to understand this. Sir, is there any question asked or will be asked from finding the mean median mode from the tabular data? No, I don't think so. These type of questions won't be like from many years back. These type of questions are not coming. Since 5 or 6 years, I'm following the papers of JEE Mains. So I'm observing that these type of questions won't be asked. Yes, Pranav, I can definitely repeat. So which method, Pranav, would you ask me to repeat? Are you not comfortable with the method 1? Method 1 is also known as the method of difference, and the method 2 is by assuming the nth term to be an square plus bn plus c. So which method particularly are you not comfortable with? In the method of difference, I have written the series again by shifting the entire terms to one position right. And then I subtracted both the series and then I obtained the nth term because I obtained a AP and it was very easy for me to write the sum of AP. The sum of n minus 1 terms of an AP. So I just applied the formula n minus 1 over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sir, how can you assure that nth term is a quadratic? So whenever the first level difference, this is a first level difference. Whenever the differences are in AP, at that time, we can just write the nth term to be a quadratic expression. Moreover, I have proved also, here also, if you simplify this, you will be able to get a quadratic. Is that clear to you? This is a shortcut method number 2 that we can apply, or we can also apply the method of difference. It's up to you which method do you want to use. Is that fine with everyone? Pranav, first method. Thank you. All right, Bachcha Party. I hope you understood the concept that I used here. And if you understood the concept, then we are moving ahead for the next question. All right. So I have one more question because all these questions were already discussed with you. I have one more question to actually integrate x by 2 raised to the power x plus 2 by x raised to the power x, and this is being multiplied with log x to the base 2, and we need to integrate it with respect to x. Are you talking about this question, Varshini? Okay. Yes, Varshini, I think you have posted the same question that I want to discuss with you. All right. Thank you so much. Now let us start discussing the solution. This question was really very important question. Okay. And before starting with this question, I would like to introduce your formula. You might not be aware about the shortcut. So whenever you have this type of expression with you, which type of expression? X raised to the power y. Okay. So whenever you have x raised to the power y with you, okay. Yes, Rama. Okay. So whenever you have x raised to the power, suppose whenever you have x raised to the power x with you and you want to differentiate it. So one method is to assume this expression x raised to the power x as y and take log both sides and then differentiate it. Okay. This is the one method to differentiate. But I have another way to actually direct differentiate x raised to the power x. So how to actually differentiate it? What concept do we need to apply? I'll write here x times x raised to the power x minus 1. Okay, so first of all, the concept is bring this power in front, x raised to the power x minus 1, and differentiate this x. Differentiation of x will be 1. So the concept is, if we have function of x raised to the power gx. Okay, so if I want to differentiate function of x raised to the power gx, so first of all what I'll do, I will assume gx to be constant. Okay, and then bring gx in the front. It will be fx raised to the power gx minus 1. This is a shortcut that I am applying. Okay, then fx raised to the power gx minus 1. And since gx is a constant and fx is a variable, so the differentiation by the chain rule f dash will appear. Then I'll apply a positive sign. So here I am assuming gx constant, and then I am differentiating it. Now in the second part, assume fx constant. Suppose fx is a. Now a raised to the power something needs to be differentiated. So a raised to the power something is a raised to the power something into log a. A raised to the power something into log a. And then we need to differentiate this power. That means it will be g dash x. Are you able to understand? Without even taking the logarithm, I have differentiated these type of expression. Now it will be very easy for me to use the differentiation over here, because many of the students were not able to do in a quick way. That is why I have given you this formula. Now let us apply the formula over here. If I assume x by 2 raised to the power x as a new variable t, okay, and I am applying the substitution method. So let us directly differentiate both the sides. If I want to differentiate the left hand sides, so this x will come in the front, then it will be x by 2 raised to the power x minus 1, and the differentiation of this inner function x by 2 will be half. Now we are adding a plus sign in between. Then I am considering this x by 2 a constant, so it will be a raised to the power x form. So a raised to the power x will be a raised to the power x into log a, and then differentiation of this power, and differentiation of this power will be 1. Here differentiation of x by 2 will be half, here the differentiation of x will be 1, and this is being multiplied with dx, and here we have dt along with us. I hope you are able to understand this. Now what we need to do here it will be x by 2, because if I try to combine these two terms, it will be x by 2 raised to the power x. Okay, and if I try to actually simplify this result, so here I am observing it will be x by 2 raised to the power x into log x by 2. I hope you are able to understand this. Now what we can do, this is written with respect to x, and here it is dt. So how will I be able to differentiate? How will I be able to simplify it? So basically what will happen, it will be x by 2 raised to the power x, it will be taken common, and here we have 1 plus log x by 2. Here we have 1 plus log x by 2, dx is equals to dt. Are you able to understand this? Is this clear to everyone? Say yes or no. Sir, can we call it a partial differentiation? Yes, you can call it a partial differentiation also. Okay, but partial differentiation is valid for two independent variables involved in one particular differentiation. Here two independent variables are not involved. Okay, I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, once you are able to understand this, this is the differentiation result that we have obtained here. Okay, once you are able to understand this, what we can do next? What is the concept that we can apply here? Suppose I take the base of the log here in this particular situation. Suppose I take the base of the log as 2. So log a upon b can be written as what? Log a minus log b. And here log x minus log 2 to the base 2, it will be 1. So log 2 to the base 2, it will be 1, and 1 and 1 will get cancelled. We will be only left with log x to the base 2. So that means this multiplied by this log x to the base 2 dx will give me the value of dt. Just say yes or no if you are able to understand this or not. Just say yes or no. Hurry up, I am waiting for your comments in the comment section. Okay. In the previous question, what was the answer? I think we have not taken the answer completely. Which question are you referring? This one. We haven't found the answer. I have just given you the concept to actually attempt this question. Alright. So if you are able to understand this, so I am considering the base of the logarithm over here as 2, and what we are observing that x by 2 raised to the power x, and here we have, if I consider this to be 2, it will be log x to the base 2. Then we have dx is equals to dt. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so that means this particular expression can be written as dt over x by 2 raised to the power x. So this particular expression can be written as dt over x by 2 raised to the power x, which I have assumed as t. So here what we are observing, this x by 2 raised to the power x is t, and this is 1 upon t, and this particular expression is again t. So t plus 1 upon t, and here we have 1 by t. If I take this 1 by t inside, so what will happen? So it will become 1. I'm taking this 1 by t inside, and this will become 1 upon t square. Okay, so this will become 1 and this will become 1 upon t square and dt. Now it is very easy for us to integrate. So integration of 1 will be t, and integration of 1 upon t square will be written as t raised to the power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1. That can be written as 1 upon t. So there are options given in this particular question, and in this particular question what we have observed that t will be replaced with x by 2 raised to the power x, and 1 by t will be replaced with the reciprocal of it, that is 2 by x raised to the power x. In this way we will be able to get the answer of difference of these two functions, and difference of these two functions will be the final answer over here. Okay, is that clear to you? Okay, one of the student is saying repeat once again sir the last word. So which word? I have just differentiated it. After differentiation I got this result, and in this result we have got the value of log x to the base 2 dx, that is x by 2 over this expression I just put here, and this expression is actually t. So this is t, this is 1 by t. When this 1 upon t is multiplied inside the parenthesis, it becomes 1 plus 1 upon t square, and once it becomes 1 plus 1 upon t square, then it is very easy for us to integrate. Okay, I hope you are able to understand this. Can we go to the next question? All right, thank you. So we are moving ahead to the next question, and one of the student is asking for me to get the another problem. So just a minute, I am taking a fresh slide over here. I am just inserting a fresh slide. Just a minute. Yeah, new slide. So I am inserting the fresh slide. All right. Now I want to take one question that a student has put in the comment section. So the number of ways that the letters of the word mathematics can be arranged such that C, S are not together. So how to do this question? The very first is mathematics. Mathematics. All right. So this is a problem. So they want that C and S, they should not be together. Other than these, how many are the characters other than C and S I am talking about? So it is 3, then it is 3, then it is 3. Other than C and S, there are 9 people. So first of all, we will be arranging these 9 objects. So the arrangement of 9 objects will be done by 9 factorial ways. I have 1 or 2 questions. Now, after that, we need to pick up those characters first of all which are in the repeated mode. So M we are observing here that M is coming 2 times. So I am writing 2 factorial for this M. Now I am observing that A is coming 2 times in this. So I am writing 2 factorial for A. I am observing that T is coming 2 times. So that is why I am writing 2 factorial for T. Do you think that is there any character other than M, A, T which is repeating over here? Do you think E is repeating? Do you think H is repeating? Do you think that I is repeating? No. So these are the characters which are repeating, and some are those which are not repeating. So this is the arrangement of 9 characters other than C and S. After arranging these 9 characters, whenever you are arranging the terms in the linear arrangement, that means you are keeping the things in a row. In that particular case, there will be, suppose 9 objects are to be arranged. If I arrange 9 objects O1, O2, O3 up till O9, so how many gaps will be there in between? So there will be total 9 plus 1 gaps in between. 9 plus 1 means it will be 10 gaps. So I will be first of all selecting 2 gaps. So this is selection of 2 gaps from 9 gaps. Selection of 2 gaps from 9 gaps. And after selecting these 2 gaps, what we need to do? We just need to arrange C and S. So it will be arranged by 2 factorial. This is the arrangement of C and S. Arrangement of C, S in the gap. I hope you are able to understand how we have written this. Okay, so the very first is, other than C and S, there are 9 characters. We'll be arranging these 9 characters by 9 factorial over 2 factorial over 2 factorial 2 factorial. Then if we try to arrange these 9 characters, there will be 10 gaps in between. Out of these 10 gaps, let us select 2 gaps. It will be 10C2 ways. And after selecting 2 gaps, in the gaps, C and S will be arranged by 2 factorial ways. I hope you are able to understand how to get the answer of this question. So, Sheikh Varshini has dropped the comment and she stated the question, are you able to understand how I attempted this question? If this is clear to you, then I'll be picking up another question from the list of the questions. Okay, so I just want to discuss one question which is from the trigonometry. It is 36 times, listen to me, this is really very important question. 36 times, here we have 4 cos square 9. Then it will be 4 cos square 27 minus 1. Then it will be 4 cos square 81 minus 1. And then it will be 4 cos square 243. 4 cos square 243 minus 1. I hope you are able to understand. I have taken the factors over here. Once you are able to understand this, now what is the result that we need to follow over here? So in this particular case, what I'll do, I will multiply this particular factor with cos 9. I will multiply this particular factor with cos 27. I'll multiply this particular factor with cos 81 and I'll multiply this particular factor with cos 243. Now, what is the benefit of multiplying it? Because we all know there is one formula, if you remember that formula, the formula for cos 3 theta. So, it is 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. So, this is the formula that you need to learn before attempting this question. If you know this formula, it will be very easy for you to attempt this question, okay? So, basically what we need to do, if we are multiplying, we need to divide also. So, that is why I am writing 36 over cos 9, then it is cos 27, then it is cos 81 and then it is cos 243. So, we are multiplying and dividing it by the product of the cos. Then inside the parenthesis, it will be 4 cos cube 9 minus cos 9. Then it will be 4 cos cube 27 minus cos 27. Then it will be 4 cos cube 81 minus cos 81. Then it will be 4 cos cube 243 and then minus cos 243. I hope this is clear to you. Now we know that 4 cos cube theta minus cos theta, it will be converted to cos 3 theta. So 36 times, here we will be writing cos thrice of 9 will become 27. Here also thrice of cos thrice of 27, it will become 81. Here also cos thrice of 81, it will become 243. Here also cos thrice of 243, that will be converted to 729. Guys, do you know the product of 243 with 3, that will be 729. And this whole is divided by cos 9, then it is cos 27, then it is cos 81, and then it is cos 243. I hope you are able to understand this. So guys, what we need to do, cos 243 will get cancelled with 243, cos 27 gets cancelled with cos 27, cos 81 gets cancelled with cos 81, and we are left with cos 729 over cos 9. So how to deal with this problem? We know that this can be written as 720 degree plus 9 degree, and this 720 is actually equals to 4 pi. So this can be converted to cos 4 pi plus theta. 4 pi plus theta is in the first quadrant. So this will be converted to cos 9. Hence cos 9 and cos 9 will get cancelled. So my dear students, the final answer for this problem will be 36. This was a subjective question from the chapter trigonometry. Are you all able to understand how I got the answer of this question? If you are able to understand, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Now I would like to invite Ravindram Sam to give us the questions, few more questions from the physics portion. So Meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Can you please tell PNC questions in the morning paper, which was Varshini, PNC question ऐसा कुछ था. 5 boys, just a minute sir, 5 boys 7 girls are to be arranged, or it was the reverse of it. 7 boys and 5 girls are to be arranged on a circular table such that no 2 girls sit together. So the first way of arranging the boys is 6 factorial, because there were 7 boys, it will be 7 minus 1, so it will be 6 factorial. Okay, so the arrangement of the boys will be done in 6 factorial ways. Very first thing is, after arranging the boys, there will be 7 gaps. So out of these 7 gaps, I am selecting 5 gaps because the total number of girls were 5. So 7C5. So 6 factorial was for the arrangement of boys, arrangement of 7 boys, into 7C5 is the selection of gaps, and in the gaps we need to make the girls seated. So the number of ways in which we need to arrange the girls will be 5 factorial. So the final answer for that question, Varshini, was 7C5 into 5 factorial into 6 factorial. I hope you are able to understand this. Thank you so much, students, for coming live into this session, and rest of the session Ravindram sir will be continuing it.
Okay sir, thank you so much for inviting me. Now I'll discuss few more questions that I have received. Okay, so let me take care of that from now here. Okay, so there was a question that one girl was asking in the comment section, and that question was ratio of the wavelength of photons. Okay, so the question was somewhat like this. They are asking the ratio of the wavelength of photons of the corresponding to first and second line of Balmer series, like alpha and beta emission of Balmer series, right? So first line or second line of Balmer series in the emission spectrum of hydrogen for a hydrogen like species. Even if it is for hydrogen like species, no problem. So lambda for alpha and lambda for beta transmission, this is the ratio they are asking, and they have given, I guess, x by 20, and we need to figure out the value of x, right? Was that a question? Okay. Okay, so let's quickly do it. So Lyman Balmer Paschen series, okay, like this. So if I talk about Balmer series, so transition, like this is n equals to 1, this is n equals to 2, n equals to 3, n equals to 4. So first transition or the alpha line will be this from n equals to 3 to 2, and then this will be the beta line. Okay, so this is the first emission line, second emission line of the Balmer series. Okay, so if the finally the electron is landing in the second energy level, we will call it as a Balmer series line. Okay, anyway, so what is the formula for wavelength? So we will say 1 by lambda, for 1 by lambda is R Rydberg constant into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square into z square, okay, or z. Okay, so this is not required because in the ratio Rydberg constant and everything will be cancelled. Okay, so even we will remove this, we will just take the proportionality, which is important for us, without wasting our time. Okay, so if I talk about 1 by lambda alpha, so it will be how much? It will be directly proportional to 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 3 square. And if I talk about 1 by lambda beta, it will be 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 4 square. Got it? So it will be how much? Proportional to 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9, that is 5 by 36. Okay, and it will be proportional to how much? 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16, that is 3 by 16. So you take the ratio, so it will come out to be lambda beta upon lambda alpha will come out to be how much? 5 by 36 into 16 by 3. Okay, so 4 4s are 4 9s are 5 4s are 20, 20 by 27. So what is lambda alpha upon beta? So lambda alpha upon lambda beta will become 27 by 20, which is x by 20, and I hope you can get your answer from here. Did you understand? So the person who was asking this question, is it clear to him or her? Okay, perfect. So I'll move ahead from here and discuss the next question. I hope it is clear. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's come to the next question. It is also a simple one. They are saying find the change in energy stored in a capacitor. So they have given us a capacitor of the capacitance 600 picofarad. Okay, fantastic. So it is charged to a potential of 50 volts initially. Okay, so initially it must be having some energy U1 half CV square. So half into 600 into 50 square. Answer will be in picojoules. Is it okay? Half CV square, answer will be in picojoules. Now U2. The thing is, when you connect this capacitor, it is given in the question, with another uncharged capacitor of same capacity. Okay. So obviously if this is uncharged, then what will happen? The charge will distribute equally because both are of the same capacity, right? So potential will also get distributed equally. So both will become 25 and 25 volts now. Now what is the energy of this capacitor, initial one? It will be half CV square again. So half into 600 into 25 whole square picojoules, sorry, picojoules, okay? Is it clear? I was about to say Pikachu. Okay, so U1 minus U2 will be 300 into 50 square minus 25 square picojoules. So I guess we can say into 10 to the power minus 3 microjoules because the options are given in microjoules, right? Now if you do this completely, the answer comes out to be 0.56 something. Okay, so first option is correct, which is given in the question. So its answer is 0.56 microjoules. Did you understand? So initially there was a capacitor, had some capacity 600 picofarad, 50 volt potential difference, it was charged up to, right? So it had some energy initially, then it was connected to another uncharged capacitor of the same capacity, and they were asking what is the difference in the initial and final energy. So final energy will be what? Half C into final potential whole square. So final potential will be 25 volts. Why? Because one is charged, one is uncharged, and both have same capacity, right? Is it clear? That is why I said finally both the capacitors will have a potential difference of 25 volts across them. That will be the common potential. So this is how we did it. Let's move on to the next question. So next one is from, okay, refraction at spherical surface. So they have said that image is formed at a distance of 15 centimeter from here. Image is formed, right? Radius of curvature is given 30 centimeter. Okay, cool. And its refractive index is given 1.5, and this is air, its refractive index is given 1. So it's a very simple concept. So what they are trying to say here is, okay, so a ray is coming like this from this medium and the final image is formed here. Is it okay? The final image is formed here. So we will say we have to find out the object distance. V is given, yes. See, the incident ray will be like this in this medium, incident ray. Okay, incident ray is in this medium, it is moving in this direction. So anything measured in this direction will be considered positive, right? So V will be considered plus 15 centimeter. R will be considered plus 30 centimeter. Is it okay? R will be considered plus 30 centimeter. And U we have to figure out, mu2 is the medium in which incident rays are there. So obviously this is the medium, which is 1.5, and mu1 will be how much? Mu1 will be 1, this medium. Is it okay? Let me read out the question. In the given diagram, image forms at a distance 15 centimeter inside the medium of refractive index 1.5. Find the object distance from the point P. Is it okay? Clear. So let's start solving it from here. We have a very nice formula for this, which is mu2 by V minus mu1 by R, sorry, mu2 by V minus mu1 by u, okay, is equals to mu2 minus mu1 by r. Okay, mu2 is the refractive index of the medium which contains the refracted rays. So it is 1.5 upon 15 centimeter minus 1 upon u is equals to 1.5 minus 1 upon plus 30. Yes or no? So 1 by u will be equal to 1 by 10 minus 1 by 60. After solving, see, it will be 1.5 minus 1 will be 0.5, 0.5 by 30 will become 1 by 60, right? And this will be what? 1.5 ones are 1.5 tens are. So 1 by 10 minus 1 by 60 will become 5 by 60, which will be 1 by 12. So u will come out to be 12 centimeter. This is the answer to this particular question. Okay. So that ends the discussion of physics questions, and if we receive some more questions, I'm going to come and discuss them. So I'm going to invite Nitin sir, he's going to come and discuss the chemistry questions, some more chemistry concepts.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I'll take it up from here.
Thank you so much.
Right?
Sir.
Yeah. So we do have some questions in chemistry we just received from students, and if you have any doubt in chemistry, just let me know, guys. Okay, right? Because if we do not receive any more questions, we will end this session after the discussion of questions, right? तो चलो डिस्कस करते हैं. मेरे पास कुछ क्वेश्चन हैं. All right, so this is one question, right? ये डिस्कस करते हैं. चलो इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताओ मुझे, गाइस. टेल मी व्हाट विल बी द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. Tell me what will be the answer to this question. So you have this benzene with nitro and methyl at para positions with respect to each other. First you reacted with bromine and iron, so that you know electrophilic substitution, right? That you know electrophilic substitution. So I'll give you guys some time. Let me know which is the correct answer here. So this is option A. Let us call it option B. This is option C, and this is option D. Is that clear? So tell me, guys, which is the correct answer here? Which is the correct answer here? So if anyone has any question in chemistry, please let me know. Please let me know in chemistry any doubt you want to be discussed, right? Because this is the last time you have to clear your doubts for those who have not yet written their JEE paper. So tell me, guys, इसमें कौन सा correct answer होगा? Let me know which will be the correct answer here. Which will be the correct answer? So let me tell you, benzene, it has nitro group and it has methyl. Nitro group is electron withdrawing, methyl group is electron donating. So always remember, if any benzene ring contains both electron donating and electron withdrawing group, then the incoming electrophile's position, the position of the incoming electrophile, it will be governed by the electron donating group, the one which has positive effect, right? So nitro is electron withdrawing. This will not control the orientation of the incoming electrophile position, and methyl will control. Okay, so after reaction with bromine, let me tell you guys, the bromine atom, right? जो bromine atom है वो कहाँ पे enter करेगा? This is let's say NO2, right? This is methyl. तो bromine कहाँ पे आ जाएगा? यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. Bromine will come, right? Bromine will come at the ortho position with respect to methyl, because this position is ortho with respect to NO2, highly electron deficient, right? तो यहाँ पे तो नहीं आएगा. Now you reduce this molecule using tin and HCl, SnHCl. Now you guys know that this will be reduced to NH2, right? This will be reduced to NH2. When you react this molecule with tin HCl, this is a reducing agent. It will reduce to NH2. Then you carry out the diazotization. Why? Because NaNO2 plus HCl. You guys know NaNO2 plus HCl. This is diazotization. That will convert this NH2 to N2 plus Cl minus. That will convert this NH2 to diazo group N2 plus Cl minus. And then when you react it with H3PO2, which is a reducing agent, you guys remember? Oxoacids of phosphorus, H3PO2, H3PO3, they do have pH bonds which make them reducing agents, right? So when you react this diazo group with H3PO2, that diazo group just leaves, and instead you have hydrogen. So basically here you will get hydrogen. So the molecule that you will obtain finally in this sequence of reactions is CH3 here, Br here, and hydrogen here, which we don't write. So now tell me, guys, इसमें कौन सा correct answer होगा? जल्दी से बताओ कौन सा correct answer होगा इसमें? Which will be the correct answer? Yes, Siddharth, very good, very good. Option A will be the correct answer, right? तो इसमें हमारा ये वाला correct answer हो जाएगा. Yes, yes, correct, very good, guys. तो option A जो है हमारा, उसमें वो correct answer हो जाएगा. Yes, Pranav, very good, very good. Now I have some questions from chemistry, right? So let us see. This is one question that we received from students. Chlorobenzene, orthonitro, and finally this molecule. Okay, the question is arrange these molecules in the order of increasing reactivity towards nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? तो इसको 1 2 3 and 4 बोल देते हैं, right? तो इन molecules को आपको arrange करना है in the increasing order of reactivity towards nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. So these are the reaction you have to remember, right? These are the reaction you have to remember. There are some reactions, especially the important ones in organic chemistry, which you guys have to remember, right? Please understand these reactions if you have the mechanism. Okay, right? Okay. So 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. These are 4 molecules. Tell me guys, what is the order of the reactivity towards nucleophilic substitution reaction? Towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, tell me that. What will be the reaction? What will be the answer? 3 1 2 4. Okay, so the most reactive molecule, let me tell you guys, in nucleophilic substitution reaction, greater the number of electron withdrawing groups, greater the number of electron withdrawing groups. Practice JVS. The more you practice, right, write the reactions, learn the reactant. What is the reactant? What is a reagent? Reagent is a substance in the presence of which a reaction occurs, and what is a product. Okay, so practice this, write several times, then that is the best way to remember them. So I was discussing, in case of nucleophilic substitution, the molecule has to have an electron withdrawing group. Now you can see here clearly it has a lot of electron withdrawing groups, right? Not 1, not 2, but 3 electron withdrawing groups at ortho and para position. So the most reactive would be 4th, right? The most reactive would be 4th. So let us see. Okay, Siddharth and Rama, yes, you give the answer. Let us see. So 4th would be most reactive. Okay, now this does not have any group. This is again electron withdrawing group. This is electron donating group. Electron donating group is worse, right? Electron donating group is worse because nucleophile is attacking. A nucleophile attacks only at such a site which is electron deficient, right? And the presence of OCH3 will make the benzene ring electron rich. So 3 is going to be least reactive. 3 is going to be least reactive. Now out of 1 and 2, obviously 2 is more reactive and 1 is less reactive, right? So yes, 4 2 1 3. 4 2 1 3. 4 2 1 3, that will be the correct answer. Yes, very good guys. So this is one question that I got. Okay, right? Then if you, sir, chlorine is also electron withdrawing group. Yes, Pranav, actually chlorine donates through resonance and withdraws through inductive effect. So in case of halogens, the orientation is controlled by resonance and the reactivity is controlled by inductive effect. What I'm trying to say is that chloro, fluoro, bromo, iodobenzene, they are less reactive than benzene because minus I effect dominates for halogens, right? But because they donate electrons via resonance, so the incoming electrophile enters at ortho and para position, right? Incoming electrophile enters at ortho and para position. Is that clear? So TC, PC, VC relation, Rama, you can just memorize them, right? Because the derivation would not be very easy to do here. The derivation comes from Van der Waals equation, right? Okay, so I'll just tell you the relation. So right, so it is better that you now learn these relations. Otherwise you can Google out, the derivation would be there if you are interested in that, right? Particularly for JEE Advanced. So this is the formulas, right? For critical temperature, 80 by 27 RB, for critical pressure, A by 27 B square, and for VC, the critical volume, 3 times the V value. Okay, right? Nucleophilicity is inversely proportional to stability. Varshini, actually that depends across the period or down the group. Okay, right? Across the period, nucleophilicity increases. nucleophilicity increases. For example, CH3 minus is a stronger nucleophile than NH2 minus, which is a stronger nucleophile than OH minus, which is a stronger nucleophile than F minus. Okay, right here you will see, Varshini, that nucleophilicity is inversely proportional to stability, right? This is least stable, this is least stable. CH3 minus is least stable, it is the strongest nucleophile, it is the strongest nucleophile, right? And down the group agar tum dekhoge, now it depends upon the solvent. Okay, Varshini, it depends upon the solvent. So if the solvent is polar protic, then nucleophilicity increases. Iodide is the best nucleophile. Now it is directly proportional to stability. Iodide is most stable because it has a very diffuse electron cloud. So here nucleophilicity is directly proportional to stability. But if you take polar aprotic solvent, then again the order becomes reverse. Now in polar aprotic solvent, for example tetrahydrofuran, right, acetone, etc., then fluoride becomes most strongest nucleophile. Okay. Yes, Vivek, actually yes, water does have hydrogen bonding, but let me tell you the value of Van der Waals constant A, it is not absolutely proportional to the magnitude of attractive forces. It roughly depends upon the molecular mass also. So the molecular mass of water is 18, whereas the molecular mass of benzene is 78. So even if you check the values, you will find that the value of A for benzene, it is significantly higher than the value of A for water. All right, is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Is that clear? Now I remember you guys asked me about sir, is CH3 in meta position, minus I effect? Siddharth, methyl will never show minus I effect. Methyl will always show plus I effect, right? The alkyl groups, they always show plus I effect. They are always electron donating. Is that clear? Right? Then let us discuss it in some other session, right? Let me now just explain the oxides of sulfur and phosphorus. So sulfur has basically SO2 and SO3, right? SO2 is like this. Okay, bent structure. SO3 is like this in gas phase, sp2 hybridization, trigonal planar, but it does exist in polymeric structure also. For example, it exists as a cyclic trimer also. Right? This is another structure. This is another structure, and then this is also another structure. Right? So I am explaining them. What you guys can do, just pause the recording, right? Once the live streaming is done, after some time, check back on our YouTube channel. You will see the entire video. Okay, then you can go to this portion, pause the video, and then make notes of it. Right? So this is the structure of SO2. This is the structure of SO3 in gas phase. This is a structure. This is a cyclic trimer of sulfur trioxide. This is the polymeric structure of sulfur trioxide. Is that clear? Now in phosphorus, mainly we have P2O3 and P2O5. P2O3 exists as a dimer as P4O6, and P2O5 also exists as a dimer like P4O10. Okay, right? Now P4O6, it's very simple, guys. Okay, so it has bridging oxygen atoms. Right, like this. So you have phosphorus, 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 and then oxygen, 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 and then to these. So 6 bridging oxygen. So this is the structure of P4O6. Okay, then from P4O6 to P4O10, you have oxides like P4O7, P4O8, P4O9. So what happens in such cases? Phosphorus has a doubly bonded oxygen like this. So this is P4O7, right? This is P4O8. This is P4O9, and this is P4O10. Is that clear? Right? Is that clear? Yes, yes. Okay, so you do one thing, Pranav, you subscribe to our channel then in some other video, because this video is focused on the questions that were asked in JEE chemistry section today in the evening shift. Okay, so we will discuss, we'll definitely note it down. Okay, I'll note it down, Pranav. We'll discuss it in some other video, right? Okay, or maybe in the next video in the morning. Okay, with this I have an important announcement. The next question paper that will be on Monday morning, we will go live early, right? It will not be at 2 p.m. We will go live at 12:30 p.m. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear, everyone? Right? So that's all for this discussion. That's all for this discussion. Please subscribe to the channel, so that, because you know that there are a lot of shifts and days left for the JEE this April 2023 session, and I'm sure this will be highly beneficial to you, because we discuss a lot of concepts and on a fast track note, right? So that's all for now. I would like to say, those who have yet to write their paper, wish you all the best. Just stay confident, be calm, and trust your preparation. It will pan out well. Okay. So now good night for now, guys. Take care. Bye bye.